His views. We'll speak with Port Adelaide's Willem Drew and Crows midfield coach Nathan Van Berlo, plus Panakikianis from the Reds, and your chance to win Port locker room tickets.
Rowey and Timmy G. The FIVEAA Sports Show.
Yes, thanks very much, Sam. Welcome to Wednesday. Yes, well done to everybody who got through Tuesday. Terrific effort. We know that can be a battle for some people. And you'd probably think you just take that for granted and go, yeah, that's okay. Well, some didn't get through it. Some didn't, because we've got a scratching. S-Row out. Injured out, not playing on Wednesday because he couldn't handle Tuesday. Campo, welcome for filling in.
Thank you. Good to be back again.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a regular occurrence. He complained and whined about Tuesday yesterday so much. I reckon it wound him down and his voice is gone.
Well, we probably should have had yesterday off.
Yeah.
And then come in today.
Yeah, so it's amazing. Are you enjoying all the sport at the moment? Especially, I reckon, Commonwealth Games has got me back in. I just love watching track and field.
Yeah.
I'm into the gymnastics and it's actually great to sit on the couch and watch so much.
Well, it's a bit like the Olympics. You sort of not forget about the build-up, but then when it comes on, you sit down and because the time is great too. So you sit down, have dinner, and then you sit there and you watch the heats, and then you can get all consumed, and then you wait for the finals. And,
yes.
But, yeah, it's been a big, probably 3 or 4 weeks, hasn't it, with sport all around the world.
Which has been enjoyable. We've got a couple of good results overnight too for the Australians.
One of our own, Maury.
Yes,
Sacred Heart, College Scholar.
Yeah, there you go, Jesse Moore. So we'll be hearing, what he said later. We won't hear the exact words out of his mouth, but we will because he's going to celebrate, which is great. And that just should when you've won a gold medal for Australia, which is awesome. One thing that we've been anticipating, and we know that the AFL, since COVID, have teased us with the AFL fixture. And first thing they did was only release a portion of the season, and then they said, rightio, we got over COVID, that's finished now, but we'll only give you 15 rounds, and then we'll hold the other rounds and the like, so they tease us with that. Now they've gone into, we'll hold the last round so that we can, perhaps dictate what happens where. Okay, so we'll do that, all right. This year, I've not only held the rounds back, but they held 2 rounds back, round 23 and 24. Now, we're anticipating where are we going to play, what day is it, can we do this event, can't we do that event, can I fly over to Perth, can I get to Melbourne, all these things. And then last night, I get a sneaky little message from Sam Tugwell, and it says Adelaide are playing Friday night and they've got a Saturday night. Hey, all right, so I quickly whip into the fixture to see where Port were playing. No, not released yet. And I'm going, what are you doing? Well, why? And it wasn't just Port's games. There was 3 or 4 games that just weren't released.
They're drip feeding
me over 24 hours. Why would they do that to us?
So I'm thinking you're not a fan of what you just explained over the last 3 years.
As much as Rowey's not a fan of Tuesdays, I'm not a fan of the drip feed. Yeah, the drip feed just annoys the crap out of me.
I was a bit the same with you. I knew that it was going to come out Wednesday.
Yeah. So excited.
So you're sitting there going, okay, that'll be interesting to see who and
Wednesday morning we'll get it.
Obviously, I've got a link to Carlton, see where they're playing, and you sit there and going, okay, let's have a... And then I was sitting on the couch and I was a bit the same as you guys. I was like,
it's a tease.
What? So they do that?
Sunday night, there was reports of Crows and FIVEAA. Friday night, go, great. Oh, we got that one. And then the Monday, they started saying, here's a couple of others that are going to happen on the Saturday.
But even the Crows one takers, it was like a time to be confirmed. So we knew that they were playing FIVEAA.
Yeah.
But we still didn't know what the time was. It was strange.
It was bizarre. And just another way to annoy us. So, look, it's another thing I can put in my complaints department, and it's a big stocking to take there this year.
Haven't had their best year, have they?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. And it's
still get a bonus.
It's one of those...
Bums on seats.
It's one of those things they just can't not only read a room, but they just can't read a public. The whole football public, they just can't read. So... anyway, it's out now. Adelaide got a Friday night and a Saturday night. I think they will be happy with that. Port Adelaide, on the first game against Melbourne, they got a Saturday night, so that's not too bad. 7:40. I prefer the old 7:10, but that's all right.
It is 7:10.
It is?
Yep. You're looking at Eastern time. 7:10. Yep, Adelaide.
So 7:10, we can handle that. Yep. That's good. Then the Sunday, am I right in saying...
We're having brunch.
Yeah.
She's an early one.
We're having brunch.
Are you doing that game with me?
I am. Well, I'm not sure yet. We'll wait and see.
11:50 a.m.
Oh, is it a pie and pasty or is it an egg and bacon sandwich?
Oh, it's egg and bacon roll. It's egg and bacon roll. For sure it is, without a doubt. Look, that is that's an interesting time slot. I've never done an AFL game at 11:50 a.m. I don't think I have.
Did you do that? Because I Port and West Coast earlier this year, that was pretty early.
That was 12 o'clock on the dot.
I was 12 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah. Because I think there was still daylight savings, and in WA it was 9:30.
That's right. Yes.
Those poor buggers. So we feel hard done by, but those poor buggers. So, yeah, give us a call if you're happy with what happened with the last two minor round games and what we are now going to experience, the wild card round. So
the things that they've done to accommodate the wild card teams are things like this. Thursday night football of the final round of the year is going to be St Kilda and the Gold Coast Suns. It's not exactly your primetime blockbuster, is it, when you've got in the same weekend Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs hitting on a Saturday at 3 o'clock?
Is that because they're expecting these teams to be in the 7 to 10 bracket?
Yeah.
So they're deliberately putting them as early as possible?
One is.
Well, and the potential of what the following week schedule might look like as well.
Now,
so what are we anticipating for wildcard? Thursday and Friday night football?
Well, we had a bit of a discussion off air because the AFLW has now started.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Do they want clean air for that? So it looked like most of the games are on Saturday.
Saturday afternoon. And Sunday. So
you would think that Thursday, Friday night is probably where it sits, hence why perhaps some of those teams are going to hit the Thursday, Friday schedule the week before. Because they would need, particularly interstate teams, if they're travelling.
So that wild card round now gives you a longer break for that first round of finals, week one of finals as it would have been once upon a time. So it means that somebody from 7 or 10 has to win 5 finals to win a flag, doesn't it?
Correct.
Big ask.
Big ask
from there, isn't it? 5 in a row can be done.
Yeah. Well, Dogs did 4.
But maybe they won the week before, did they, or not?
Can't remember.
The Dogs didn't win it from 7 to 10, though.
No,
they won it was 6th or 5th, I think it was.
5th or 6th, wasn't it? No, it had to be. They played away first
I think it was
week.
6th. I reckon
They played away, so it might have been 7th.
Bulldogs didn't win their last home and away game before that final series.
Oh, okay.
They didn't win it.
Where'd they finish?
I'll pull that up for you. Hang on.
You get onto that so we can have that debate. But I reckon they had to play away.
7th.
So, they played away first week against West Coast. 6th play 7th.
Something like that.
Yeah, and they beat them. There you go. So
making it work.
Can happen.
West Coast, you're right, on the road.
We will make it. We'll make it work, and they won well. So there you go.
The AFL will be wanting 9 or 10 to upset 7 or 8, won't they? That would be the pie in the sky when they sat down and spoke about it.
And they say wild card works.
Correct.
At least one. Yeah, they want at least one. You think?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
have you say?
Well, here Shane backed me up. And Shane, who's still waiting for his carton, the Port Demons game is 7:40 SA time, not 7:10. I'll have an apology. I'll have an apology from
right. Timmy G, you're right. I wrote 7:10 down. I apologise. You're right. 7:40. That's a late. So there's 2 Saturday night games that same day. So Hawthorn play half an hour earlier in Melbourne.
Yeah, which is 7:40 their time. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what we're dealing with.
Nothing ever pleases us, does it?
Well, they're just making it hard, aren't they? So anyway, well done, and we got it all out there.
What we learned just then is that Tuggers is human. That's what we learned there.
He's not AI. That's all right.
Hey, I'm happy to fall on my sword.
To be fair, even AI gets it wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
No doubt about that. And I can prove it. Actually, we looked up because we were looking for quiz questions, and this was a couple of weeks ago, and I looked up Shea Cockatoo Collins, and we AI'd it. And they said, played for Essendon, Sydney, and I'm like, no, he didn't. He never went to Sydney. And, of course, we had to prove it to the young fellas that he didn't, and it was completely wrong.
Yeah,
so
right.
Don't trust it.
No.
Simple as that.
90%.
Can hardly spell it.
Triple check your work.
Rightio. Willem Drew is going to play his 150th game for Port Adelaide, which is interesting. We got him on at 4:30. I looked him up. He's in his 12th season of AFL footy. Had a lot of trouble with his feet in the early days that held him back a couple of seasons. And you thought, well, is this boy going to get going? And then he started on a wing, and then he worked his way in the middle. It's been an amazing career. He's now vice captain of the footy club, so that'll be a good chat. But here he is on achieving 150.
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, 150 games is super special, and no doubt I've got a lot of family and friends who are super proud, and it's been a bit of a journey to get here, so something that I'm extremely proud of, and just can't wait to get out there.
Good citizen, isn't he?
Yeah, I just said to Leith before we came on air, I sort of compare him to, and you've got, Ashcroft and Lockie Neal and these guys that go through the midfield. But you ask those players the importance of what Josh Dunkley does for that footy club. Yeah. I look at what Willem does and coached against him and watched him play, and he's that gel in that midfield group, isn't he? Like Jason can play with some freedom and Zach can play with some freedom, but you need, as you said, the honest citizen that does the team things, and he's just been brilliant at that. So, it's a great reward for effort.
And they're very well rated by their teammates, aren't they?
Absolutely. Well, he plays consistently. Fourth most current consecutive games played, 138 in a row, Willem Drew. Just doesn't ever rule himself out.
So after what was a difficult start, he's been very consistent since then. He was asked about the weekend's effort and the review of that.
Yeah, the review was heavily focused on Team D. You probably saw in that second half just the way that Brisbane were able to move the ball, and they were able to sort of hit short kicks, keep marking the ball. So we had a big focus around sort of Team D, our connection, understanding what we should be doing in certain situations. So that's definitely a focus throughout the week. We trained it today, so hope to see an improvement in that area for sure.
There you go. So I don't think that was a secret though, was it?
Well, no, not when we highlighted on Monday. They had 60 more marks, which is not ideal. But I want to ask him about it because they've been so good defensively. Was it just that Brisbane were too good, or did they just weren't able to execute the plan that they went in with? Yeah, and there's two different things to that, because sometimes you just tip your hat and you go, they were just too good. We just didn't have time to get set up like we would have done
I'll
previously.
ask him too. I felt like they looked a lot flatter than they did the week before against FIVEAA. They looked up and about sharp.
Yeah.
But
21 degrees, it burns you out.
21 strength.
So hot.
He's winding me up.
It did look nice, though,
He's
didn't it?
winding
How
me up.
nice did it look on the TV?
Amazing.
Especially when you look outside and it was blue, dark and gloomy, and you're there going, geez, I wouldn't mind running around in that.
Yeah,
Quite nice.
reminded me of the day. Remember that infamous Hawthorn game where they went into the shade?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and lost to Brisbane, and there was a big hoo-ha over that. Classic. Hey, Murray Davis, when we spoke to him, and you're the man that started this, you asked the question, if there was a senior job, would you be interested? And he basically said yes. Well, he's in that running. He's in that last four for the Bombers job. So Mark McVeigh, James Hird, Jamie Graham from FIVEAA, and, of course, Murray Davis himself. And here on Channel 7's Agenda Setters, Luke Hodge spoke about Murray Davis.
Yeah, worked really close with Murray. If you look out of those four people, Murray Davis fits a T to what they actually need, in my opinion. If you go through some of the things, he was there at Brisbane Lions when they had the go-home factor, when no players wanted to be at Brisbane. Very sounds a lot like what Essendon are doing right now. He was there when Chris Fagan got there, and the glass half full, the positive mindset. I guess it's the growth mindset that Chris Fagan tried to teach the players. Murray was front and centre for all that. He's worked with Harris Andrews. There's a reason why Harris Andrews is as good a leader as what he is right now, because he worked so closely with Murray Davis. You also look at what he's done at Adelaide. When he got to Adelaide, they were 15th. Yeah, that's right. And then they went to first. So if you look at the players on that list that have gone through what Essendon are going through at the moment, Murray's probably the only one who matches up.
Yeah, that's a very good, what would you say, almost a
CV.
Reference.
Reference, yeah, absolutely.
For the job, isn't it? Fantastic, coming from Luke Hodge. So,
how big of a loss would he be for Adelaide if he was to move out?
Well, you're going to have to get somebody
they don't
similar.
Grow on trees, those guys, hence why they get touted from club to club and or senior coaches, because that's the natural progression. Phil Walsh was the same. Those guys that have been in the system for a while. What I like about Murray is he's no frills. He hasn't gone through, he didn't necessarily play at the highest level, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a good AFL coach.
See the game.
Yeah, you see the game. You're a great communicator. You talk about leadership, you talk about positivity and handling players, people management, all those things. Yes, strategy is important. I think he's got a handle on both, hence why I asked the question.
Well done. I'll tell you what, achieving is it's a lifelong goal for a lot of people. Sometimes you get it young, sometimes you get a bit older and the like. Well, a young fella from South Australia, Jesse Moore, you mentioned him. He got a gold medal and in the parallel bars, and that
won a bronze as well.
Yeah, watching those disciplines are incredible.
They are incredible athletes.
Strong, fit, you name it, aren't they? They're incredible.
Have you ever tried, the rings? Have you ever tried to get up on one of those?
Impossible.
Like disaster. Just they make it look so easy.
Yeah, it's an accident waiting to happen. There's no doubt about that.
I could see you on one of those ones, when you run really fast and then bounce at the the little pommel horse? Is that what it was? Yeah.
I'd be like that bloke that went straight into it.
See your hip collapsing.
I'd be gone. The hips go out, everything. My head went that way, my guts went that way.
Commercial insurance. There's an insurance commercial.
I'm waiting to happen. Good on you. Oh, classic. Well, when Jesse won, and we're not allowed to play any of this because the rules, broadcasting rules, not allowed to play any moments and the like, but he won the gold medal. And what we've done, we've got Dan Andrews to stand in for Jesse Moore because he was asked, what are you going to do to celebrate?
Get on the beers. Get on the beers.
Because what he said was, I'll have a couple of beers. That's what he's going to do to celebrate a gold medal. So I'm asking the question, 8223 0000, what have you achieved that you thought was worth it?
Get on the beers.
Yeah, a couple of beers, I've got one. I got through Tuesday.
Get on the beers.
Very good.
I'm going to have a couple of beers because I got through it and was able to front up Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. I got through Monday and Tuesday, but
Get on the beers.
Get in
I've been on the port just to try and soothe my throat.
Even better.
Or the Radliff.
There you go. Oh, the Radliff, they're very nice.
Recommendation.
36 short. Beautifully done.
Have your say. What would it take for you to
Get on the beers.
to celebrate something, of course? Say 223 0000. Great work to our Com Games medalists so far. 22 minutes after 4 on this Wednesday. Still plenty to come, and your call straight after this.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Our Undy Drive is back for another year, supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
And once again, this year, there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including heading to your local Foodland to make a $2 donation with your shopping.
It is indeed that easy, Stacey. And don't forget, you can still head to 5AAundydrive.com.au anytime to donate.
All thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
You had a dream. Life happened. You parked it. Well, the dream is back. The Honda Prelude returns. Reimagined for right now. For everyone who never stopped dreaming. See the icon for yourself at Formula Honda Glen Osmond or Modbury. The Prelude is reborn with hybrid efficiency, intuitive tech and instant torque. Welcome back, Prelude. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury and book a test drive today.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. From a cracked windscreen to getting your business back after the worst, our team is always here. It doesn't have to wait till morning. We provide 24/7 claims support.
Allianz.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating credit card from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $11.95 applies. Subject to change. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. Equal monthly payments. T's and C's, charges and product exclusions. Don't miss this huge offer at Harvey Norman now.
Now, if you love that smoky, fall-apart barbecue you get at your favourite restaurant, God, I can taste it now. Why not create it at home with the experts at the Smoking Log Co. Now, Adelaide's only true low and slow barbecue specialist.
Yeah, from Big Green Egg, Traeger, Kamado Joe, Hark and Masterbuilt to Adelaide's biggest range of sauces, rubs, charcoal, pellets, smoking woods and any barbecue accessories. They've got everything you need.
God, this would be that place you walk in and you stay there for days.
You just hope there's one just cooking in the background, isn't it?
Please get it on the boil. Now, better still, they cook on the gear they sell, so you can get a real advice from real barbecue lovers.
Yeah,
they're hearing us.
They're hearing us. Visit the new showroom at 152 Pimpala Road, Morphett Vale. The Smoking Log Co. Family owned, proudly South Australian, and serious about low and slow.
When someone you love needs care but wants to stay at home, you'll want to make the right call. There's a lot to understand. How does a home care package work? Who's coming into the home, and will it be the same person each time? These are the real questions families ask. LifeCare's guidance service helps to answer those questions and navigate you through the process with clear, honest answers, step by step, no pressure, so you can make the right decisions for mum or dad. Start the conversation today. Visit lifecare.org.au.
I was on the streets for 4 years. You would be surprised on what you take for granted. Just as something as simple as a hot cup of coffee, even a clean pair of socks.
Step up to end homelessness by supporting Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au.
I don't know what I'd do without that help.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes after 4, Rowey on the sick list. So Campo's sitting in with Timmy G, and we are asking a very simple question because young Jesse Moore, our South Australian gymnastics gold medal winner overnight, said to celebrate his medal,
get on the beers.
He was going to get on the beers. So what did you achieve that was worth celebrating getting on the beers?
Sensational stuff. Quick text from Kev. He said, hey, Tim, do you like to lay down Sally Pearson explaining what it's like to compete in the Commonwealth Games? Get on the beers.
Oh, my
Get
goodness.
on the beers.
8223 0000. Here's traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury East, a crash to look out for Main North Road near Jeffreys Road, Bolivar, Carvey Barrier, the north-south motorway near the interchange, and Elizabeth Police incident, Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown, slow Main North Road at Enfield with a camera at Dunrobin Road at Warragh this afternoon. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones and Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yes, we were asking the question. Jesse Moore, fantastic local South Australian boy. Do you say Sacred Heart?
Sacred Heart scholar.
There you go. He won a gold medal on the parallel bars. And when he was asked, what are you going to do to celebrate? He said, have a couple of beers.
Get on the beers.
That's what we're going to ask. What have you achieved?
They probably wouldn't have had too many leading up to it.
No, that's right. So, exactly. So why not? Let's go.
Probably only need to.
Our old mate Yuri. What have you achieved?
Let me build this up. A couple of years ago, they beat us in the grand final by under a goal. They beat us in last year's prelim by under a goal. They beat us earlier this season by under a goal. I'd do anything for my bloody Red Legs to beat the damn Bays.
Oh, yeah, good call. Get on the beers. I like that, Yuri.
The beers.
Dave from Alberton. Now, this is a man that achieves daily. Okay. He achieves daily. So I'm just.
February last year, I was lucky enough to get a hole in one at a corporate day at Royal Adelaide. Now, when the hospitality's laid on, that's a great opportunity to get on them, and I got on them that well. Tuggers saw it on my socials, and he actually messaged me to come on and have a chat, and I denied the opportunity given how I'd taken advantage of the hospitality that day.
That's
right. You know, that was
I'll
well
tell you
worth
what,
it
though,
too.
if you get a hole in one, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? And it's there.
Well, the only thing is you've got to try and remember it, though. Yeah. Because if you go too hard.
Oh, well, to be fair to Dave, it'd be like giving strawberries to pig.
You hole in one, Campo? Have you had one? Yet?
No. And
not good enough.
Play,
Tommy Wren's had 2.
Yeah, close. Wow. Had a couple of close ones, when it sort of zips past and finishes behind the hole, and you go, how does that not go?
Tim's had one.
I'd like to have one putt.
Yeah.
Well, no, I haven't.
Does Regency count?
No, it was even worse. It was Glanville. It was about 50 metres. That doesn't count.
And it's got to be in competition as well.
Yeah, so, all right.
There's a few rules
we're
around
really poo-pooing it, aren't we?
We can achieve anything, can't we?
Let's go. Our old friend Edge at Two Wells. What have you achieved? What have you achieved, Edge?
Every time Rowey's curse hits, boys, and the Crows lose, I have 5 beers, not just one.
Get on the beers.
On the beers. He is good at the curse. What about that curse in the Gaelic football final? Mayo, County Mayo. Now, I didn't realise the last time they won, 75 years ago, in 51 that would have been,
yes,
they apparently disrupted a funeral.
No, they drove past a funeral. Yeah.
But the priest wasn't happy with it.
So apparently the common thing to do back then was you had to stop and acknowledge the passing.
Yeah.
But because they didn't, they just drove past and kept partying.
Yeah.
The priest wasn't happy, so he cursed that entire team and said, for as long as they all shall live, they are cursed and you won't win again.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And every one of those players died.
The last one died in 2023.
Yes.
True story.
That's fact.
And now they've won.
How's that for a curse? So,
That's the ESPN, the 60s, those movies?
Yeah,
that would be good.
30
So, 30 for 30.
Yeah.
That would be, sure there'd be a director out there.
And it finishes with...
Get on the beers.
Or the Guinness.
Or the Guinness. Time for the 4:30 headlines. Willem Drew might ask him next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the news headlines. A female police officer is being treated for a stab wound to the neck, and a man with a knife has been shot at Elizabeth East. Authorities have confirmed Australia's first locally transmitted cases of H5 bird flu. Porsche is slashing 9,000 jobs worldwide. And in sport, 26 gold will be up for grabs on day 6 of the Commonwealth Games. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury East, a crash causing quite big delays. Main North Road near Jeffreys Road. More delays at Boulevard with a car-v barrier. The north-south motorway to the interchange. Big delays outbound there. And a police incident still causing delays too for the drive home at Elizabeth Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Cameras this afternoon, Chief Street, Brompton and 5A Drive at Pasadena. Final call to get supersized value with the Woolies online super sale. Shop up to 50% off on thousands of specials online. Hurry, ends Tuesday. Shop online now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a possible shower down to 5 tonight, a possible shower tomorrow and 14. Right now it's 13 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
There's been some global breaking news in regards to Live Golf. The final season finale will be cancelled. And this is the thing with commercial in confidence. How much money have you and I and everyone out there listening paid for a Live Golf tournament that might not be going ahead? How much money are we going to pay for the golf course development that was done and 600 trees are gone?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Build like a brick house. Basic Trailers make quality trailers of all sizes here in Adelaide. Made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing across SA. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
Health isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And that's hard to do when discomfort gets in the way. Because when you feel good, you don't slow down. You keep going. Feel Good massage chairs provide a deep tissue massage, targeting pressure points from head to toe. Relieve muscle pain and stress without waiting for an appointment. Feel the difference with a Feel Good massage chair. Visit their head office showroom on Port Road or at Marion.
Now, it's the best Beechwood home yet. Now open to this multi-level Beechwood masterpiece in Craigburn Farm. It's where design, innovation and luxury just go boom. They've collided.
Yeah, and it's inspired, Timmy, by the glamour of Palm Springs in California. It's fittingly named the Caliente.
Ah, it's a great joint. I've been there. I love it. It's perched on the high side, and this show-stopping home is an entertainer's dream. Now, it's got indoor spaces, outdoor spaces. You keep walking around, you go, how good's this? How good's this bit? You can unwind by a fireplace. You can take breathtaking views in, or you can soak up the sun by the swimming pool in summer.
Yeah, designed for all generations, Caliente features its own elevator, a climate-controlled wine room. The team at Beechwood Homes has pulled out all the stops and they can't wait for you to see it at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays 1 till 4:30. Life's better and it's even better in a Beechwood home.
Here's a stat you need to hear. Literally, 1 in 6 Australians are living with some sort of hearing loss. It's hard to notice because it creeps up on you, but it doesn't have to get in the way of things. Not if you do something about it now. Can Do Hearing can provide solutions to make living with hearing loss so much better. And your options are almost endless. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. CanDoHearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Kia,
a new breed of hybrid. Meet Kia's turbo hybrid SUV range, the award-winning Sportage, the 7-seat Sorento, and the leader of the pack, the Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Go beyond fuel savings and experience turbocharged hybrid performance today. Kia, a new breed of hybrid.
Kia, movement that inspires.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
With Campo sitting in for Rowey, it is 24 minutes to 5. Jimmy Bartell's going to join us at 5 o'clock, and stay listening for your chance to win 5AA locker room tickets to Port and the Giants on Saturday night. And back for another year, we are throwing all our support behind Catherine House and Hutt Street Centre for Undy Drive. It starts next Monday, and we're calling on you to support these amazing causes to provide clean underwear for those in need this winter. You can donate at 5AAundydrive.com.au right now, and plus this year there'll be so many ways for you than ever to get involved, so keep listening to 5AA for more on how you can help. It's all thanks to McGain, massive supporters of local for over 50 years. They're amazing, McGain Real Estate. They've got McGain Commercial, McGain Property Management at mcgain.com.au.
Well, a young man who started his journey from the North Ballarat Rebels and is now acting captain of the Port Adelaide Football Club. He plays his 150th game on the weekend. Willem Drew, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks for having me on.
Hey, Willem, first of all, long journey, mate, and I do remember those early days when you got to the footy club. You had a lot of trouble with your feet, didn't you, mate? You had a couple of troubled seasons.
Yeah, early on, just, wasn't able to sort of get on the park at all, and, played a fair bit of sample footy there and, developed along. But, in the last sort of couple of years, it's been nice to be able to sort of get a bit of, continuity in the body and be able to put some games together. So, look, obviously extremely proud and, proud of my journey to get to 150 games. So, super excited to get out there on Saturday.
Well done on that. And I remember early days playing wing in Sample and then getting your chance at AFL level. And at what stage did somebody say, hey, we're going to pull you into the middle?
I probably sort of, mixed between inside and on the wing, probably over my career. But, I think I played probably in my fourth year. I think I probably played 10 games and I was out on the wing. And then, I think it might be the next year or the year after, probably started to get a little bit more inside time and, probably had a little bit more trust from the coaches in terms of, playing a role and doing the simple things well. So, that's probably where it all kick-started.
And some of the run-with roles, when did that start to develop and when did they go, oh, we like what he does there, he's pretty good at that?
Yeah, I think Kenny was probably a big driver of that, in the early parts of my career when I was playing. And, I think he was able to sort of just have trust in me that I was able to, just do my bit. And if that was, trying to limit the opposition players or, have an impact myself. So, he definitely had a lot of trust in me and probably kickstarted my career for sure.
And I was talking, firstly, congratulations, Willem. Great effort, 150 games. Never easy to get to that mark in this day and age with the way the game's played. But I was saying to Timmy, I think you would have the same respect as, say, a Josh Dunkley would have at Brisbane in terms of what you're able to do for your role and help those other players like Jason and Zach and Connor play their best footy, but you play a different role but just as important.
Yeah, I think it's something that we sort of speak about internally and something that's, definitely sort of valued and sort of got me to where I am now. But, it's important to have that mix in a midfield and in any team. And, it's a fine line of, being too defensive or too attacking. So, I suppose it's the balance of the coaches to trying to get that mix right. And, as you touched on, we've got some really dynamic plays in the midfield and, it's been a pleasure to play alongside them.
How have you, as a senior player, Willem, I mean, you've had good success under Ken in terms of playing finals and prelims. You obviously didn't get the ultimate success in playing in a grand final, but how have you adapted this year, one, under Josh in terms of what he's been able to do, but two, keep the place in a really positive place? Because you certainly seem from the outside looking in that everyone's engaged and connected.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Kari's led the charge in that aspect about, keeping the energy up. He's been massive on, just little improvements week by week. And, that's not going to happen every single week. But, for the most part, I feel like we've been in a lot of games and have played some good footy, but just haven't been able to capitalise, over 4 quarters. So, yeah, look, the next month of footy, Kari's touched on, we really want to sort of build momentum into the off-season, not just sort of, get through. So, yeah, this next month of footy is, really important for us, and, people are going to get an opportunity to play, whether that's through injuries or sort of different circumstances. So it's exciting in that respect as well. So, yeah, definitely trying to keep the energy up and, really drive into this next month.
I felt like the weekend against Brisbane, it was the first time an opposition's really got hold of us. And I compared it to the week before. I said we played, the number 1 side, FIVEAA. I said the energy levels I felt like against FIVEAA were so much sharper than the ones against Brisbane. I felt like right from the beginning that we were in a bit of trouble, and eventually those gates opened up. So I just felt like they are a good side, but we weren't as high energy as we were the week before. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. And, our review from the Brisbane game has been all around our defence. They were able to, especially in that second half, just, work the ball up, they were able to hit the shorts, attack the deep. So we were, weren't playing as a unit defensively, which is something that we have done throughout the year. So we've definitely touched on our 10D, and, that's sort of one of the main pillars of the way that we play. So that's definitely something we want to improve going into this week for sure.
Speaking with Willem Drew, 150 games this week, acting captain for Port Adelaide. So as acting captain, how are you driving the group this week as far as getting them up and about and getting that energy level back?
Yeah, obviously coming off a disappointing loss, get back into the club and get back into the routine of things. And, it's another great opportunity this week to get a win. And that's probably, one of the main drivers is to play some good footing and get some wins on the board over the next month. And, it's an exciting time seeing some younger players play as well. So, plenty of things to be excited about, and, just looking forward to the weekend.
Willem, you spoke about the review around the defence. It's been probably a real strength of what you've been able to achieve in Josh's first year. It looks like everyone's pretty much on the same page, and it's only a couple of times you've been blown out of the water. Was it just that you couldn't execute what the plan that you went in with, or Brisbane were just too good?
Oh, yeah, we sort of touched on, not executing the plan, but also just, simple things as just, understanding your role and playing your role and being in the right positions. And, we watched some vision where, if one person's out, it makes another person move a metre or 2 metres, and that puts the whole sort of system sort of out. So, it's just about, getting back to, the system that we have been playing. And as you touched on, we have been defending really well. So we know we can do it, but it's just about, keep reminding and being on top of the little things as well.
And I guess the bonus, Willem, is you played 2 of the real high teams that are going to finish in the finals. Just your take on both those teams, and who do you think's going to go further, Brisbane or Freo?
Yeah, obviously both super quality teams, and have had some sort of outstanding years. Freo have been up there pretty much since the start. So, if I probably had to pick one, I'd probably say Brisbane. I just feel like, they're sort of getting their run at the right time, and, the way that they were able to move the ball in the second half, was really impressive, and they have a lot of quality players all over the field. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting final series for the teams that are in it. But, for us, it's just about building that momentum over the next month and, building that into the next year as well.
And it would have been a wonderful learning lesson, I'm sure, the coaches and for the young players too, Willem. You play against 2 of the better teams in terms of understanding what the level's got to be for you guys to get there, and particularly your offensive side of your game. I understand Josh has done the defensive part as the baseline, but over the pre-season to be able to see, particularly Brisbane, how they move the ball offensively, where you've got to get to.
Yeah, definitely. We looked at a fair bit of vision, and that was definitely touched on. The way that Brisbane were able to use the ball in their offense, and the pleasing thing for us, especially probably about the FIVEAA game is, we're in the game and a chance to win there. It's probably a patch in the third quarter that let us down. So, we feel like if we can, keep on top of our energy, our pressure, and continue to improve in little areas, we're on the right direction.
Hey, Willem, of all the players that you've had to do the run with role, who got the irrits up the quickest? Who hates it?
Who sucked it up, Willem, in the first 2 minutes?
Basically, not you again.
Probably not sucked it up, but just loves the contest. Just probably Liberatore. He was always one to sort of get going early and get on the lip a bit. But no, I always loved sort of playing against him. You knew what you were coming up against. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely. I'll tell you what. Any that sort of troubled you, especially early days where you go, wow, this bloke's a bit quick. That was all my opponents, by the way.
Yeah, it's probably been a fair few of them who were too quick for me. But, the likes of sort of Dacos and then those sort of players, Naz from St Kilda as well, obviously extremely hard to stop. And, they elite ball users and get given the ball as well, so it's pretty hard to stop.
Do the old tie the shoelaces together. That'll trick them. That'll get them, mate. Hey,
you get reported for that these days.
I probably get 5 weeks. Hey, Willem, congratulations on the 150, mate. We know there's plenty more in you. I think you've played 138 in a row or something ridiculous, so you're very resilient, mate, and you're a big Port favourite. There's no doubt about that, and certainly one of mine. So all the best with your next 50, mate.
No worries. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on again.
Good man. That's Willem Drew, acting captain of Port Adelaide, doing his gig each and every week, and we just love him doing it. And you need, terrific blokes like that leading the way. So doing a great job.
All right, let's do this. Well, if you want to get along to the game on Saturday night, cheer on Willem Drew and his teammates to get him across the line over the GWS Giants, you can do so from the 5AA locker room by winning in our quiz next.
Hey, if you win it, what will you do?
Get on the beers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give us a call, 8223 0000. Got a funny one here. Jay said... the wife and kids have just gone overseas for 3 weeks. I'm drowning my sorrow.
Get on the beers.
Can't believe you mentioned his name. He's now in the doghouse. He's in trouble.
No last name. That could be Jason from anywhere.
Could be anyone.
Any wife that's Jason's has gone
under the bus. It's 13 minutes to 5. Here's traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury East, a crash to look out for Main North Road near Jeffreys Road. Quite big delays through there. More delays with the Carvey Barrow Bolivar. Delays on the north-south motorway near the Exchange. And Elizabeth police incident also causing delays to the drive home, Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown, quite busy, Brighton Road, Glenorg East with the camera, Goodwood Road, Colonel Light Gardens. This July, drive away in the new MY26 Honda CRV or HRV with 5 free services. Hurry, offer ends July 31. For T's and C's, visit honda.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Big Dean Brogan's making a statement of his own.
Catch Port Adelaide Premiership big man Dean Brogan each week with Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Thanks to Effects IT. Cybercrime can cripple your business overnight. Book your free cyber security audit now. Visit effects.com.au.
Had a whoopsie, a bingle or a big kabong?
Pro Paint and Panel can organise towing, manage the insurance paperwork and repair your car to a high standard.
So remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
Folks, join the convo with me, Cornsey, on the Conversations with Cornsey podcast. You can find it on the 5AA Player app.
Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. Too many Volkswagens, not enough space. Yep, they're overstocked, and that's very good news for you because every demo is priced to clear, like right now. Their solution? A huge demo clearance with hot prices. But that's not all. They're offering immediate delivery and finance so easy, you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. But don't wait. These demo Volkswagens won't sit around for long. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
When it comes to iconic destinations, nothing beats Adelaide Oval.
Now you can experience an overnight escape for two at the Adelaide Oval Hotel, starting from just $399. Retreat to your luxury room overlooking the parklands. Relax with a complimentary bottle of Hentley Farm Shiraz, plus a bonus Hentley Farm Zillador tasting in the Barossa Valley. Savour a decadent three-course dinner at Bespoke Wine Bar and Kitchen with stadium views. Book now and stay iconic at ovalhotel.com.au.
Time is running out, Timmy, to secure your early bird ticket for the People's First Community Lottery. For just $2, you could win from a prize pool worth $300,000 while helping local community groups raise some funds.
I love this lottery because any club can get involved and the like, and it raises money and it just takes out probably the admin for the club. So it's a great support mechanism. Now, you've got until midnight tomorrow, July 30, to grab your ticket, which puts you in the early bird draw for your chance to win a Toyota Corolla Hybrid. How good's that?
And as you know, Timmy, with community, a little goes a long way, and your $2 helps support local sporting clubs, schools, charities, volunteer groups and not-for-profit organisations around Australia to raise vital funds.
Spot on. Visit communitylottery.com.au to secure your early bird ticket today and view the full T's and C's. 700,000 tickets available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
KFC's new lunchtime box full range packs maximum chicken abundance into 5, 10 and $15 boxes. Good for you, bad for box. Defy the limits of the box with the KFC box full. Only till 2 p.m. Pick up only, not everywhere and not forever. No swaps.
I've lived in this house for more than 30 years. It's where my memories are and where I want to stay. With Calvary Home Care, I get a little help with the things that have become harder, but I still live life my way. It feels good to know I'm supported without losing my independence.
Whatever care looks like for you, Calvary Home Care is here, supporting people across Adelaide and the surrounding areas. Call Calvary Home Care on 1800 527272.
Imagine this, a drink with friends in the East End, and within minutes, you're home. This is city living without compromise. Welcome to Royal Apartments by Palumbo. Luxurious 1, 2 and 3 bedroom residences and penthouses in prestigious Kent Town, where city vibrance meets fringe tranquility. Experience the display apartment at 2 North Terrace, Kent Town, or visit royalapartments.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
We are taking your calls up until 5 o'clock. Jimmy Bartell's going to join us at 5. We're on 8223 0000. What did you achieve that led you to
get on the beers
in celebration of something you might be pretty proud of? Let's do this first.
Timmy G. Well, I'm pretty sure if you win this 5AA locker room tickets to Port Adelaide GWS this Saturday night, you'll get on the beers. No doubt about that, because they're actually, you got a 5-hour beverage package. So you'll definitely be doing that. Now, the question is, nearest the pin without going over, Jeremy Finlayson played 128 games at both the Power and the Giants. How many tackles did he lay for his career? First cab off the rank is Alan from Albert Park. Alan, it's now.
G'day,
I'll give you a range. It's between 200 and 230.
216.
216. Thank you, Alan. Let's go, Aaron.
At 201.
201. Let's go, Kevin.
I will go 225.
225. Let's go, Tony.
215.
215. And Cheryl.
223.
223. Okay, nearest the pin without going over. I think there's only one that didn't go over, and it was Aaron, 201. Congratulations, Aaron.
Thank you.
He had a total of 213, and there was a couple of close guesses there. Alan, 216, Tony, 215.
He went the full unders.
I don't like that rule.
Well, that Tugger's made it up.
Get over it, Campo. It's not your game.
But if it's,
and Aaron's pumped about it.
2 over, it's close.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Aaron, congratulations. Without going over, you achieved it. Now, who will you be taking to the 5AA locker room?
Probably going to take my brother.
Oh, good. Is he excited, you reckon?
He would be very excited when I tell him.
All right. Well, he'll have
Sounds like those two are going
He'll have to perhaps do this.
Beers.
Well, hang on.
Get on the beers.
Yeah, there you go, Aaron. And do that responsibly, of course. Good on you, mate. Congratulations. Good on you, mate. Well
Excellent
done.
work. And we'll have another chance for you to win tomorrow.
I reckon
for Saturday Night
Campo's
Footy.
right. I don't think.
Well,
I don't think
if Campo's more than willing,
Tony and Alan are going to be happy with you.
Hang on,
It's okay.
don't
No.
get defensive.
I'm going to put this to you, Campo.
He's
Campo,
getting defensive.
I will put it to you. If you would like to, when the answer's 213, find a way for us to get the winner when it's 214 and 212. More than happy for you to do this. It's a very easy way to just
actually
get a winner.
He's all quizzed up now, isn't he?
He's a bit snarly because he got the 710 and the 740 wrong in the opener.
I
so
am
he's
still filthy at myself.
Now,
I might have to
Get on the beers.
Now, getting on the beers, what have you achieved? I reckon if Zach Butters was to stay with Port Adelaide, I would
Get on the beers.
get on the beers.
good.
There's one for you.
Yes.
What about that? Well, I reckon a few people might be thinking, well, who's your if somebody gets
you'd
the
take a
current
carton
job,
around to him.
I would take a go. Yeah, I'd take more than a carton around. I'll tell you what, now we'd have a great session on there. But yeah, I reckon that's a good one. That one.
I like Paul here from Port Noarlunga who's texted in saying, I have 3 beautiful children, 2 daughters and a son, but up until last October, I was blessed to have 6 granddaughters.
Wow.
But I now have a grandson, so I just had to.
Get on the beers.
Well done.
Wow. And he's added scotch, red wine. And
He enjoyed it. Good on you, Papa Paul. It's time for us to get to the 5 o'clock news. Jimmy Bartell is waiting on the other side.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Thinking it might be time for a new phone? Maybe something that flips or folds? Pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 or Z Fold 8 Ultra at Harvey Norman and you'll receive a bonus $300 Harvey Norman gift card. Flip phones and fold phones are becoming very popular. Plus, pre-order the Galaxy Watch 9 or Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and receive up to $250 in bonus gift cards. New phone, new watch, bonus gift cards. Sounds good to me. Hurry, the Samsung Galaxy Z Series gift card offer ends August 13th. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Series and Samsung Watch 9 series now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
When you're gone, who gets the things that matter most? Like the family business that must go on to support the next generation and the one after that. If you don't plan now, it could get messy. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com, Hindmarsh Square Adelaide and Ocean Street Victor Harbour.
If you've been adding bits of shelving over the years, one here, one there, you're not alone. A lot of garages and sheds in Adelaide end up with 3 different shelf systems. None of them matching, half of them are wobbly, and all of them packed with stuff you can't access easily.
Now it's time to get a little Sharman in your life. Bill and his team from Sharman Shelving will come out, measure your space, design it properly, then deliver and install a custom storage system that fits, looks great, and it'll last.
Yeah, and in fact, Timmy, plenty of people come back years later because they've had Sharman Shelving so long that they want to add to it.
That's it. Take a look on Facebook, Instagram, visit their showroom in Windsor Gardens, or do what I do, jump online at sharmanshelving.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Plan your next getaway with the experts at Spark Travel, where every journey begins with a friendly conversation. King William Street in the city or sparktravel.com.au.
Every Friday, Monet to Matisse stays open late for an after-hours experience at the Art Gallery of South Australia. Kick back in the Tattinger Champagne Bar with French-inspired snacks and live music. Gain unlimited access to more than 100 iconic works of art, from Monet and Cézanne to Matisse and Picasso. Every Friday night until November 8, experience art after dark at Monet to Matisse. Book now at agsa.sa.gov.au.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
A possible shower down to 5 tonight, a possible shower tomorrow 14. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. A police officer has been stabbed and a man shot by police during a violent incident at Elizabeth East. Patrols responded to reports from the public about a man armed with a knife running out onto Main North Road just after 11 this morning. The man was confronted and a female officer was stabbed in the neck. She's receiving treatment for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was shot in the leg. He remains in hospital in police custody. The 27-year-old from Woodville Gardens is expected to face serious charges when medically cleared. Assistant Commissioner David O'Donovan has acknowledged the courage and professionalism of his officers.
Police officers are often faced with these types of very challenging and dangerous situations that can evolve very quickly, and they will put themselves in harm's way to protect the public.
SAPOL has ended the search for the missing 3-month-old boy at Port MacDonnell. They say based on expert advice and available information, the infant could not have survived the period of time that has elapsed, either in the water or on land. But crews will continue to coordinate shoreline monitoring and inspections in the coming days. Police are treating the death of the boy, his sister and mother a murder-suicide and will prepare a report for the coroner. Authorities have confirmed the first cases of local transmission of the H5N1 bird flu in Australia. It comes amid further testing on 11 new suspected cases in South Australia. One is from a bird from Seal Bay on Kangaroo Island. Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, Julie Collins, says we must remain vigilant when it comes to the strain.
While there remains no evidence of any mass mortalities at this point in time, we do expect with this local transmission that there will be further detections in Australian wildlife.
Some economists believe interest rates will rise next month despite better than expected inflation numbers. Headline inflation fell to 3.8% in the year to June, but quarterly inflation rose over the last 3 months. KPMG Chief Economist Brendan Rinn says the Reserve Bank will still have concerns when they meet in 2 weeks' time.
And in my opinion, the fact that we're still seeing core inflation rise and it's now 1.1% above their target rate of 2.5%, there's a high chance that they will continue with a further increase in the cash rate.
Australian startup airline Koala has confirmed it's negotiating with 10 foreign carriers to provide their passengers arriving in Australia with domestic connections. Koala's strategy is to avoid direct competition with Qantas. Now turning to 5AA Sport, and the fixture for the final 2 rounds of the AFL's home and away season was released today. The Crows will travel west to play Fremantle in a Friday night blockbuster in round 23 before returning home to host Greater Western Sydney on the Saturday night in the final minor round game. Port will host Melbourne at Adelaide Oval in round 23 before heading east to face Essendon at Marvel in round 24. The Power will clash with the Giants at home this Saturday. Willem Drew says they're keen to end the season on a high note.
We really want to push forward in these next sort of month of footy and, we don't want to take a backward step at all. So it's really about, learning, developing and, we want to be playing good footy and get as many wins as we can before the end of the year. But challenged at times with injuries and different things like that. So it's a good opportunity for us to stand up and push to play some good footy in this next month.
St Kilda will consider sending Max King overseas as the club looks for answers over his latest injury. The forward will miss the rest of the season, having played his first game in more than 2 years on Sunday. Tottenham Hotspur take on Sydney FC in Sydney tonight, and 26 gold will be up for grabs on day 6 of the Commonwealth Games. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Keswick, crash to look out from the drive home, Richmond Road near Anzac Highway. Stonker delays tonight still with a smash at Salisbury East Main North Road near Jeffreys Road. A car rollover causing headaches at Waterloo Corner, the north-south motorway near the interchange. And still got big delays with that police incident from earlier in the afternoon at Elizabeth. Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Try another way around that if you can this afternoon. Camera Day Drive Pasadena, and that is there right now. Final call to get supersized value with the Woolies Online Super Sale. Shop up to 50% off on thousands of specials online. Hurry, ends Tuesday. Shop online now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower down to 5 tonight. A possible shower for your Thursday, 14. Friday, cloudy and 15. Saturday, mostly sunny, also 15. Right now, it's 12 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Jimmy Bartell with his strong views on the AFL's floating fixture. Midfield coach of the Crows, Nathan Van Berlo at 5:30, plus Adelaide United defender Panakikianis and Adelaide Lightning GM Tess Madgen.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
And we are taking your calls, of course, on the show. 8223 0000 is our number. What did you achieve that led you to celebrate by?
Get on the beers.
8223 0000. Bit of fun here for this Wednesday with Campo sitting in for Rowey. It is 6 minutes after 5, and all thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Bartell checks signs it brilliantly. He can do it all, James Bartell. Here's my Bravo man.
Jimmy Bartell on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, plenty happening in the world of AFL, and a man that will just put us all straight. The great Jimmy Bartell joins us. Hey, Jimmy, one thing, I know they can frustrate me, the AFL, but they really got on my nerves last night. They started to leak round 23, 24. Give us a couple of games, tease us out, and when I saw the first one come through, I thought, oh, beauty, I'll go and check where Port are playing because that'll help me plan my Saturdays and Sundays and whatever. And I go in and no games. And then you have to wait till today before they release the next half and the like. Why do they deliberately try and annoy the football public?
Because I think they think that's what we want.
Oh.
And this is often,
no, it's not.
Because this is often the case with a lot of things with the AFL. They do a lot of things that they think we, the fans, want. So if you use another example, the discussion around shorter quarters, I don't think I've fielded a call on the radio work that I do, and I'm not sure you've fielded any calls where fans are demanding shorter quarters. And sometimes I don't think they test the temperature that well. And I've spoken about this before. It's because where AFL headquarters is, it's down at Docklands, it's at Marvel Stadium. So you drive in, it's underground, you come through like underneath, then you walk into the office, they all backslap and high five, and then they go out and hop in their car. They actually don't get any fresh air or any real world experience. So I think it's the groupthink that goes on. And once you have groupthink, all sorts of issues can happen. So I think there's a bit of that. I think they think, well, and I've heard people confidentially say from the AFL that if it gets them talking, who cares if it's good, bad or indifferent? So this is about fixturing, it's the draw, it's MRO and other big issues in the game that I think generally the AFL don't mind if it's shit. So then you just talk about it.
Yeah, well, they did a great job there. Adelaide Crows went down to Collingwood after starting the game unbelievably, and then Mick Moldhouse come out and said they got too many soft players. And the comments have been thrown around everywhere and everybody's taken their two bobs worth at it. How did you dissect the comments?
Yeah, soft is a big call in footy, as we know, and we've all been around footy clubs, and I think that's one of the harshest things you can say to a team or a individual is they're soft, or the old pathetic pitman, that old stuff.
Remember that
as well. But I think that the question is, why aren't they handling the pressure at home in particular, with the weight of expectation? So there was a lot of expectation again on that game on the Crows because fantastic win at the SCG against the Swans. Here we go. Crows making a run towards the finals. Now, I think they'll definitely right the ship. But if you go back to the finals last year, they didn't win a final, and it's sort of those big moments. Why are some players withdrawing a little bit from their usual game in those big moments? And only they can know personally. And then further that, why is a team, does what gets them into good positions disappear from them?
Well, and Jimmy, talking about finals, Brisbane are humming. If you have a look, and I'm sure you have, delved into what they've been able to do, particularly since the bye. You've been involved in Geelong through that era of 07, 09 and 11. Is their timing just impeccable at the moment?
I think their timing is, Campo, but also the availability of players. Like they had quite a number of players out, different periods, called the first half of the season. So they're starting to get a fair bit of continuity and stability in their team. You have a look, their team hasn't changed a great deal in the last 5 weeks. And then I think just having, the ego prodded, because they weren't defending great, and then they got shown up on, football shows, and no doubt Monday game reviews or Tuesday game reviews. And so just poking the pride a little bit, and then that sort of just sharpens the sword. And then, as I said before, competitions for spots. So hang on. Finals around the corner. We know good things can happen. I better be doing exactly what's asked because I don't want to miss out.
Well, one that has put himself under duress is Ty Gallop. What are your thoughts on that? Not a great look?
No, not a great look. And I think it was somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks. I don't think we can disagree with that. I don't think it was 4 weeks, but 2 to 3 weeks. And again...
But how come not more, though, Jimmy, when Paul Curtis has copped 2 lots of 3 for tackling a guy?
Well, again, you guys are sick of me saying this. Why haven't you fixed the MRO, which could have addressed these things with football and non-football acts? And I have greater sympathy for Paul Curtis because that is a football act. You do practice tackling. It is part of our game. And Ty Gallop's act, you don't go to training. And I don't know if you guys have ever done it where you just go and ram a guy's head into the deck in a vulnerable position. So, my thinking about it all the time is if the first bit on the matrix is football or non-football, and football acts, you can start at fines. Not saying you won't get suspended, but at least it's at a lower punishment scale. But the non-football, you should be starting at a week and going up, and then I think we'll start to land where we don't have Paul Curtis getting the same amount as Ty Gallop.
Yeah, and we don't want that. Yeah, I mean, I loved your comment during the week. I think it was like, tell me if it doesn't need fixing that it's perfect then. And I started laughing. That was very good. Well played. A State of Origin got announced. They're committing to it. I sort of like the fact that we've got 3 years out now. And the good thing is, I think somebody added, after maybe we play those 3, is there an opportunity to get maybe the old-fashioned carnival happening once again? So I sort of like that there's, and maybe with the public support and maybe players and everybody being invested again, we might be able to get to that stage.
Yeah, and it's unusual from the AFL to do it 3 years, to put it to bed, because, they love dragging out boring conversations better than most. What time's the grand final start? Well, you know what time it is. Just lock it in. All that sort of stuff. So it's great, and I'm glad that South Australia's got an opportunity. Incredibly strong side when you start to sift through the players and people involved for South Australia. That's going to be a very, very strong squad, and we can plan it. Then it gives each state a rest. Currently while we get back into the full swing and. The carnival would be sensational, and I don't think you need to listen to coaches. I think hold them with the weight that they deserve, and of course, the interest or the self-interest they've got, because they're going to try and pick at it at the edges because they're just all about their team and their club, which we understand, but we want to celebrate it.
And a little one from me, Jimmy. Excuse me. I was lucky enough to play in some State of Origin games, and I played in the last one in 1999, and that was in May. So if you talk about timing, we know from the NRL, they play it in season. For me, when I was a player coming through, Jimmy, and I've spoken to this about the boys around, let's not pick on 2025 like they did this year. Part of the selection process for me is your form in 2027 in next year, as in if you're ready to play and you get the opportunity, let's not pick on the year before. That's part of the selection criteria, is your form line heading into that game. So if we have a bye round and we play it during the year, surely that has better traction from the outside, the public, and also the players, because they're getting reward for effort.
Yeah, I reckon there's some real strength in that argument, but I also think there's real strength in doing it. Call it end of Feb, because clubs will be playing intra-clubs and all that sort of stuff anyway, and you could manage minutes and things like that. So I think wherever we decide that it lives, there's going to be some real strengths to it, but some negatives. So, like, I think with May, I'm just putting the coach's hat on. Well, some of my players would like a rest already in that part of the season. If you put it in Feb, well, they're at their most vulnerable, because that's when we're ramping up training, and that's where we're likely to get hamstring issues. We put it at the end of the year, you've got all the likely finals combatants are going to pull out, but also that gives us a good look of the form on that season. So I think there's never going to be a perfect solution. It's just which one that we're happy to live with the most in that. But what I'd actually like to see is just name state of origin teams anyway and present players with jumpers. So that'd be a fantastic thing that, obviously South Australia playing WA, but name a Tassie side, a Vic side, and present them. Can have a photo. We're in the world of content. This just creates content. And further that, I'd love to see them go back and do what the NFL do and present all the players who never got an All-Australian jacket. Because, Campo, you wouldn't own an All-Australian jacket even though you're an All-Australian. And I reckon you'd hold that with incredible pride.
I would.
So my thinking is, if you just allow me for 15 seconds here, is that it's sort of like a pass-on effect. So you don't have to hand out a jacket every time they're all Australian, but you hand them one and it's got emblazoned on the patch every year. So once you get a name All-Australian Campo, they film it, do a great thing on your career. That goes up on AFL websites. You educate people of the history of the game, and then it's your task to then hand the next All-Australian jacket maybe to Ben Hart. And so then that actually creates some content, and you sort of just pass it down. And I reckon that's much better than, I don't know what you got, but I got this plastic plaque or something.
It was a glass thing that just rested on a wooden plaque. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which was complete junk.
That can happen.
It can. And you know what, Jimmy, I wouldn't even know where it is, to be honest. I've moved house. But one last one, big game, obviously tomorrow night. Your old mob, the Cats versus the Pies. They're in pretty good touch.
Yeah, both teams are in really good touch, and both actually play the long down the line method really well from both aspects. Like, if you're going to kick it long down the line to Geelong, you might as well just go hand them the ball back at half back, because they've been doing that for 25, 30 years. But Collingwood actually has good long down the line method in attack. So they almost played Adelaide with 1/3 of the ground. So if you cast your mind back, still sideline and spent most of the night kicking the ball off the boundary line. Very effective. But they hit that long down the line method really well, and then they keep their players on the outside and get you once they go forward. So it'll be interesting to see who's willing to give up a little bit of their game to actually open up the rest of the field.
Jimmy, elite as per normal. So thank you very much, mate. Once again, we will talk to you next Wednesday. I'm sure we'll have more interesting things to talk about.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Jimmy Bartell, all thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's boutique window company, trusted by the best builders in Adelaide. And just like Jimmy, I said that, they're elite performers, consistently delivering at the highest level. Need the best windows? See Statesman Windows.
It's 18 minutes after 5. Great to hear from Jimmy yet again. More of your calls straight after we check traffic.
Afternoon, got horrendous delays today with the car rollover on Waterloo Corner. It's on the north-south motorway near the interchange. Delays are back a couple of Ks. Try the Salisbury Highway or Port Wakefield Road. Get around that one. Salisbury East to Crash, Main North Road near Jeffreys Road, and Elizabeth still got big delays with that police incident, Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Canberra's Day Drive Pasadena and Lockside Drive at West Lakes. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. Get bundled Bundaberg Original Underproof Rum 700ml 2 for $90 for My Dan's members. Offer ends today. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Barbara Streisand. Her music and life come alive in The Way We Were. Starring award-winning singer-songwriter, performer and storyteller Melinda Schneider. Melinda brings to life hits like You Don't Bring Me Flowers, Evergreen, Woman in Love and many more. Saturday, August 8 at Her Majesty's Theatre. For tickets, go to thewaywewere.com.au.
KFC's new lunchtime box full range packs maximum chicken abundance into 5, 10 and $15 boxes. Good for you, bad for box. Defy the limits of the box with the KFC box full only till 2 p.m. Pick up only, not everywhere and not forever. No swaps.
Do you need legal help right now? At Anderson Solicitors, we put people first. Expert legal advice when and where it's needed. Trusted by South Australians for over 50 years with 6 locations. Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
Shower time. The best time of the... Is that a crack in my grout? Cracks mean leaks. Hidden damage. Watery damage. The home we love falling apart around us. We should move out.
Got grout out? Time to call the grout guy.
We'll take the old grout out and put the new grout in.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Thinking it might be time for a new phone? Maybe something that flips or folds? Pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 or Z Fold 8 Ultra at Harvey Norman and you'll receive a bonus $300 Harvey Norman gift card. Flip phones and fold phones are becoming very popular. Plus, pre-order the Galaxy Watch 9 or Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and receive up to $250 in bonus gift cards. New phone, new watch, bonus gift cards. Sounds good to me. Hurry, the Samsung Galaxy Z Series gift card offer ends August 13th. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Series and Samsung Watch 9 Series now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you. 35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I think everyone would agree, every single person, we don't need that in our game behind the plate. And not only not needed in the game, but when it's to a player who's just come back from concussion.
Yes, David Koch talking about Ty Gallop. He ended up with 3 games. Jimmy Bartell had his say. You can have yours, 8223 0000, giving away a $50 voucher to Colac Port Adelaide from the relaxed buzz of Bootleg Social with their share plates and wood-fired pizzas to premium dining at Elliott's or cocktails and waterfront views upstairs. Colac has something for everyone. Get involved in the show, 8223 0000.
It's an exceptional experience, the Colac, let me tell you, coming from a man who's done exactly that. Now, post Jimmy, we got a little bit of reaction there. One was, Jimmy, that should have been 4 or 5 weeks for that mongrel off the ball act, and it was sad that there was no retribution on field. The old Port would have fixed that. Max at Vale Park, yeah. No, unfortunately, then everybody gets 4 or 5 when you do that. But that's why I asked. I was hot on the fact that it wasn't a football act, which Jimmy always talks about, football and football acts. But I think the problem is you've got a tribunal system that sets a tackle at 3, and now you've got this, and I go, well, that then has to be 5. But if you get that first one right and say, well, he tackled him, it was a footy action, and he accidentally hurt him,
1 or 2.
There's 1 for you, mate.
Yeah.
And if you do it again, it's 2. But you've got nowhere to go once you've set that bar at 3.
Yeah.
But that's why this, and rightfully so by Max saying more, because it's a worse act. It's a terrible act.
Was the other thing too was the Paul Curtis one, if we're using that as an example at the moment.
Yeah.
Did he get done through the Matrix or he sent to the... Yeah, so this... But Ty Gallop wasn't.
No.
He got sent straight to the tribunal. So once again, there's a disparity in terms of how they're doing
how you assess it.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So you've got almost 2 different systems I know like.
Let's go out to Ross Trevor. Joe. You there, Joe?
Hello?
Yeah, got you, mate. What do you got?
You're
on. Right. My view is I think people who are ruthless like that, what he did, that fella to Georgiades, was it Georgiades?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, Joe.
Okay, right. I reckon the offender should be sent off the field, as they do in other sports, like soccer and whatever.
Yep.
Should be sent off the field and not play for the rest of the game, and then he's still subject to the tribunal.
Yeah, I think that's rugby league. I reckon.
They get sin bin.
They get sin binned and then perhaps have to face
some
the
of them
tribunal.
get 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't they get, and then if you're the bad ones, you're off for the rest of the game.
Where do we sit on a sin bin for the AFL? Do we want to send off? Is it too much grey area to deal with?
Yeah, probably. They'll get it wrong. No doubt about it.
There's too much grey area.
I think there's too much in the game
they can't
already.
get this right, let alone getting that right. I mean, they can't get the last disposal out of bounds right.
We've complained about this. It's not last touch like it's soccer.
It's not last touch,
disposal.
it's last disposal. And
which is wrong.
The sample for a decade has run it so smoothly, and I've been very impressed with it, and it's the full ground.
It's not the last accidental disposal.
Correct.
That's the bit that frustrates me.
Yeah, accidentally comes off the back of your heel and you don't even know it. No. Then we're not paying that.
But this is where the AFL goes wrong. They've been treating it as if it's the goal line. So if it come off their toe, that would be a goal. But that's not a disposal.
Correct. And it's about, making things simple. And they want to complicate everything. Firstly, we'll only do it between the arcs.
How many times do we go to the arc during Thursday night's game, Campo?
Well, it's back and forward, and then the players know, and then the umpires don't know, and then we go back again, and then the players set up for a stoppage, and then all of a sudden the game stops, and then we go, oh, no, you're a free kick. It's,
Yeah, Jimmy said they go in their own cars and slap each other on the back and all that sort of thing. It would be beneficial to go to games, sit in the crowd and talk to people and just say, what do you think of that decision? Or what do you think of that moment? Or what do you, and just get a feel.
Sounds like a job for our boundary riders.
Ooh, I like
that. Send them amongst the people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get the feel.
Sammy, Dad, I'll do it for a bucket of dog chips or something.
Pack lunch. Pack lunch. Let's go to Lauren at Morphettvale. G'day, Lauren.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good morning.
I sent something in last night and I thought, oh my God, how can someone like that get away with that incident and only get 3? He should have got 4 at least, minimum.
Agree.
Do you remember when, many years ago, one of our players got pinged for 6 weeks? I would have almost put it into that category because if obviously my boys play footy, my grandsons now play footy, and I would tell them that is a gutless act.
Yeah,
it is horrible. It's just nothing that should happen. The AFL, I've looked at a couple of the port sites, and honestly, everyone thinks the same. The AFL need a complete wipeout. They need to take accountability for these ridiculous situations. It's undefinable how they could come to 3 weeks for that incident.
Yeah, agree, Lauren. It is a hard one. I think it goes back to they've made a rod for their own back with their own 2 systems, MRO/tribunal and judge differently and set themselves a rod for their own back. But what he did was terrible. And I think he's got off lightly. That would be my assessment of that.
All right, call in. Tell us what you think. 8223 0000 is the number. Nathan Van Berlo from the Crows is going to join us straight after the 5:30 headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Real Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
It does surprise me when I see some of the uniforms.
Yeah.
Our athletes have to wear. It always comes up with the volleyball as well.
Yeah.
And Australia always seems to be the smallest. Of all the countries, the smallest little cozies.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee.
And, the vision of them constantly pulling down the dress that is acting as a
Surely
top.
it'd drive you nuts, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would kill me.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. Too many Volkswagens, not enough space. Yep, they're overstocked, and that's very good news for you because every demo is priced to clear, like right now. Their solution? A huge demo clearance with hot prices. prices. But that's not all. They're offering immediate delivery and finance so easy, you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. But don't wait. These demo Volkswagens won't sit around for long. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Every day winds down at the kitchen tap. Cooking pasta, washing dishes, or just great tasting water. You deserve a tap that keeps the pace. So for a better kitchen tap, think PuraTap. Introducing the new Better Tap, brought to you by PuraTap. Designed right here in Adelaide with German ceramic disc technology, these taps bring hot, cold and beautiful filtered water together in one better tap. The new Better Tap, brought to you by PuraTap. 133 502. Visit puratap.com.au.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. This isn't always the call you want to make, but when you do, you'll reach our team who know exactly what to do next. It's why we're trusted by over 4.5 million Aussies.
Allianz. Nobody chooses an accident, but you may choose who repairs your car.
Check your policy, then choose Pro Paint and Panel for high standard repairs, towing if required, and manage all the insurance paperwork for you.
Remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. South Road, Hindmarsh.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening. I'm Mel Usher with the news headlines. A 27-year-old man remains in hospital in police custody after an officer was stabbed in the neck at Elizabeth East today. SAPOL has ended the search for the missing 3-month-old boy at Port Macdonald. The federal government says it's confident the United States will honour the AUKUS submarine pact. And in sport, there'll be a soccer friendly in Sydney tonight. Tottenham Hotspur taking on Sydney FC. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Waterloo Corner, a car rolled over the north-south motorway to the interchange. Huge delays outbound through there at the moment. Crash with delays getting cleared, which is good at Salisbury East, Main North Road near Jeffreys Road. And still got that police incident causing big delays at Elizabeth for the Drive, Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Try to avoid that if you can. Camera this afternoon, Webb Street at Port Adelaide. Don't tax yourself. Get back what you're entitled to with H&R Block's maximum refund guarantee. Book an appointment or start online today at hrblock.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a possible shower down to 5 tonight, a possible shower tomorrow 14. Right now it's 11 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
You can get a nice hot shower, a decent meal, and then to get your clothes washed. Do you know how good it feels just to put on clean clothes? People don't understand exactly how bad it is out there.
Step up to end homelessness by supporting Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au.
Is your hair becoming thinner, shedding more than usual, or simply not what it used to be? You're not alone. Hair loss in women can be linked to perimenopause, hormonal changes, stress, genetics, or significant weight loss. Led by Dr. Rama Target, the experienced medical team at Strand Doctor can assess possible causes and discuss treatment options that may be suitable for you. Book your consultation at stranddoctor.com.au or visit 69 King William Street, Kent Town, Adelaide.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
27 to 6 on this Wednesday night with Campo sitting in for Rowey. Panakikianis is going to join us from Adelaide United. They take on South Melbourne in the Australia Cup tomorrow, so we'll preview all of that. And from the Adelaide Lightning, their GM is Tess Madgen. She's coming up on the program as well after 6 o'clock. And more of your calls, 8223 0000 is our number for that $50 Colac voucher at Port Adelaide. Great restaurant. Be in the running to win that. Whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, build with Sterling Homes.
The Adelaide Crows, they're right in the middle of it, aren't they? You know, it's sort of post Collingwood game with a little bit of a wrap-up of that, but they've got to get on with the season. They've got Essendon, they've got Richmond, they've got Freo, the Giants, and, of course, final series. We've got their midfield coach on the line now, Nathan Van Berlo. Welcome.
G'day, guys. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Now, Rowey's out injured. You've timed it beautifully. But he's given me a list of questions that I have to ask. Otherwise, he'll spew up, he reckons.
So I can imagine.
Firstly, one from me. I reckon from the line, each line, as a consistency, you'd be going, the contrast from Sydney to that Collingwood second half, did it bemuse you or frustrate you, or did you see it? What, and how do you explain it?
Yeah, it's one of those bit of an enigmas in footy, Rowey. Timmy, sorry, from week to week.
I'm asking on behalf.
Well, I pictured Rowey asking that question. That's exactly what I thought he'd ask. No, it's one of those things from week to week, which is one of the big challenges in footy. I mean, we look at the last quarter v Sydney when we hadn't played our best footy in the second and third and felt like they were all over us, and we were able to come out and deliver a big contested style of game in that last quarter and get the job done. And then on the weekend, just gone against Collingwood, we're right in the mix, come three-quarter time again and hadn't had our best third quarter. It felt like all we needed was a bit of momentum and contest to go our way in that last quarter and game on again. So it was probably 8 points, similar margin to what it was the week before, a few minutes into that last quarter. And had our moments, didn't take them. They certainly made the most of every opportunity they had. And then we started to take a few more risks with the ball and the game opened up, and before you know it, she's well and truly out of reach. So it was chocolates to boiled lollies from one week to the next. And, I mean, really disappointing because we obviously expected to get the job done last weekend and thought we put ourselves in a really commanding position heading into half-time. And unfortunately, there was a 3 or 4 minute period just before half-time where we let them kick 3 goals in succession, and rather than going in 27, 28 points up to going in only a couple of goals up is sometimes be a big momentum shift in the context of the game.
It certainly was. For moving forward, Rowey's asked now, Dan Curtin, will he go into the centre square? And if not, why not?
Yeah, look, we've been building Dan's game over the last few weeks in particular. I mean, he's had some more minutes around the ball and at stoppage in general play. Probably, he hasn't had any centre bounces as yet, but that's certainly something we're looking to try and build in the coming weeks. I mean, it's pretty well documented over summer that we were loving his development as a midfielder and went down with his injury, but he's getting more and more confident every week with his movement, with his body, and knocking on my door this week saying he's ready for some big midfield minutes. So hopefully,
that's good.
In the coming weeks, we're able to give him that exposure that, hopefully might help us come September.
Yeah, he certainly will, that big body. Any reason why you didn't think, or I'm sure you would have thought about it, didn't throw him in there that second half just to try and change the look? Yeah,
we sort of had a bit of movement going on with Dawson and Allen, so it was spoken about. We did feel like Dan was having an impact, and I thought he played as well pretty well on the wing for last weekend and impacting in the way that he did. So there were certainly conversations had. In the end, it was a conversation. Now let's just keep him where he is, and he's impacting in that aspect of the game. But yeah, I mean, we'll certainly look to build those minutes in the coming weeks, and hopefully, as I said, we're good enough to give ourselves a good crack at September that he's ready to give us that point of difference if needed.
And VB, I mean, the numbers are pretty good. Number one pressure team. Your tackling is really good. You are really good around the contest, but that seems to fluctuate in the games where you don't quite get it done. How hard is it, I guess, from you as a midfield coach, knowing that that's really important, but also maintaining that the outside part of the game is still really important as well?
Yeah, look, I think, Campo, the pressure and tackle numbers are a byproduct of when we get our game going, and often that's, ability to support defensively and then get at them when they've got the ball in hand. And there is a lot of method to how you go about that, as you'd know, where it's not just all bees to a honeypot, because then you do lose that outside game. So we feel like when we've got our game in really good order, we've got a good balance of trusting guys near the footy to get their jobs done, and that we're able to support as we need around the outside of the contest and get it done that way, which, I mean, for large parts this year, we've been really consistent at. And on the weekend, talking largely probably that last quarter where the game went away from us, and just before half-time, that 3 or 4 minute period, there was probably critical contests where we don't get them done, and a fair few of them were aerial contests too, that you don't get them done, you lose field position, and it's really hard to bring pressure and contest work when you're fighting out of your back 50. So we found ourselves pinned in that regard, and then Collingwood were able to put us to the sword off the back of some B50 stoppage scores and pin us in our back 50. So took away one of our strengths, but we do need to be better at managing those moments. We don't get to those positions where we're pinned in our back 50.
Every midfield that you come up against presents a new challenge each week. How much of the prep for you, mate, goes into I guess, trying to take away the opposition's strengths, but also focusing on what your strengths are and wanting to play your way. So I guess the question, VB, is heading into the final series, you're going to come up against some real quality midfields. You didn't quite get it done in the finals last year, and I'm sure that would have been some great lessons learned out of that. But even like the Nick Dacos conversation on the weekend around how you negate some of those real A-grade players that keep those teams in the game.
Yeah, it's a conversation we have every week, and we do have plan B, C, and D to I guess to try and rectify if someone does get off the chain. And I mean, Nick last weekend as an example, started the game. He had, I think, 10 in the first quarter and a couple of score involvements, and probably the one we were trying to keep most of an eye on with him throughout the night was his ability to impact the scoreboard and take metres off us, because we know that if you do run with him with a hard tag, he's able to really manipulate and pull you apart at different stages. But there does need to be an element of accountability across the board if you don't go hard one-on-one with him. And look, we didn't get that wholeheartedly right on the weekend, so that was disappointing. So if we come up against them next time, maybe we do a different plan, or maybe we just execute what we did with the plan last weekend, which do it better. But it's a conversation we have every week. And there's also an element sometimes of just backing in the group that we do have. And, I mean, we go back to previous weeks, Gold Coast and Sydney, we didn't have any run with there, and quite clearly mount an argument to go with Sydney, you go with Heaney, or you go with Warner. And we've played a really balanced game as a midfield group and able to handle them better than probably some teams that have gone with them hard. So it's a really hard one, but we do need to have contingencies in place every week. And on the weekend, looking back, we probably could have pulled a trigger early to go and try and manage Nick a bit better. But I think going into half-time, might have 3 score involvements, which, as you told me prior to the game, I probably would have taken that. But second half, he definitely upped his ante and really impacted the game when it mattered, as the good players do. So, yeah, we'll keep working at that because, as you mentioned, coming to the final series, those players are critically important and can turn a game in the blink of an eye.
Speaking with Adelaide Crows midfield coach Nathan Van Berlo, VB, a couple more from Stephen. Stephen from North Adelaide just text in. Will you reintroduce Thilthorpe to second ruck and allow Archie to come back in and go forward?
Yeah, it's a good point that Rowey makes. It's certainly something we're going to discuss in the coming weeks with Cal putting his name up available this week for us. So we wanted to really get some minutes under Cal's belt the last couple of weeks at sample level, just knowing the lack of continuity he's had since pre-season. So he's going to be a really important moving piece for us come the back end of this year now. So getting him in the side is going to be really important, and whether we go the second ruck with a Toby Murray or Finbar Maley again, or whether we push Big Riley up the ground to give us that, which allows someone like Cal or someone else to come in and play an important role for us. Going to be a balancing act because in the next couple of weeks we'll have hopefully Cal available. Rory Laird won't be too far away as well, which will then put some pressure on positions, and then we know we hopefully play our best footy off the back of that.
With the Toby Murray one, 38% game time, is that productive enough for both him and the team?
Yeah, it's a challenging one with that fifth spot on the bench, and we haven't always got that balance where we wanted it. But on the weekend, our plan going in was to try and put some work into Darcy Cameron and work him over, knowing how important he is to Collingwood, and a large part of that was to get Toby just to play second ruck and mostly just that role, knowing that we had Finbar, Tex and Riley ahead of the ball to give us a contest and bring that ball to ground in our forward 50. Low minutes for Toby, but it was expected going in that he was going to play that lesser game time. He was going to be able to come on and give us bang for buck around the ball with Darcy Cameron, a big influence for him. But again, he was another one that got out of hand for us, particularly in that third quarter. He had a big impact and got the ball in their front half, which ultimately put us under pressure. And we'd like to have that time back again.
Difficult moving forward to get those plans right, I would think, playing against 17th and 18th in the next 2 weeks. And how do you try and keep that discipline and focus with what you're trying to achieve for what's an important September?
Yeah, look, I think we really hone in on what we do, what we need to get right, aspects of our game, and I guess that chemistry and cohesion of, whether we have, as you mentioned, Riley as second ruck, or whether we have Toby supporting second ruck, or other aspects of the ground and other roles that we play to really try and hone in on what we think our best mix is going to be. And there will be times when we look at the opposition we're coming up against. We've got FIVEAA, for example, in 3 weeks' time, which will be, they play a double ruck more often than not, and they play the 3 key forwards. So we know it can work, but it's going to be a matter of horses for courses on most weeks that we play. But ultimately, we want guys to be in the best form they can be. And with guys like you mentioned, Cal, coming into selection mix the next couple of weeks, he's going to be able to give us some versatility because he can play tall, small and multiple roles for us.
How frustrating has it been from a coaching perspective, VB, from availability and I guess a little bit of form? I mean, last year you probably had a great run in terms of injury and having continuity of your best 17 or 18 each week that played, and that's obviously important going into finals. But this year, through form and through injury, you haven't quite had that sort of connection that you would have liked?
Yeah, it's frustrating, Cambo. I mean, we're not the only team in the comp that's had some lack of continuity from key players, but it was certainly a challenge for us in the first part of the year for sure. I mean, not having, I'm going to miss them here, but it was, Mark Keane and Dan Curtin. Obviously, Dawes missed a few games in and out there for a little while for personal circumstances. So there was a number of guys there that just key players, lack of continuity, hurts that cohesion. Felt like in the last probably 4 to 6 weeks, we've had a better consistent look more often than not. And as I mentioned, with a couple of guys putting their hands up in the next couple of weeks, we'd like to think we're getting back to the strength of squad that we're going to need coming to a finals campaign that hopefully hold us in good stead. And I guess one of the glass half full approaches you can take with this is that guys like Dan and Keeney and Dawes and Wayne Miller, who's had a couple of weeks here and there, now Fogg, are going to be fresh and itching at the bit come a month's time if we're good enough to get there and go deep.
And I guess we always highlight when things go wrong, Vives, but what's improved this year from 2025 into 2026?
I feel like we've continued on with our consistency in our defence. We're still sitting in a position which we think is respectful as a playing group to minimise scores against from opposition teams, and that's been a key pillar of Nixie and what he's wanted the last few years from us. Our contested game, as we've already touched on with our tackling pressure and the way that we're able to put teams under the pump when the game is on the line, has been a real positive for us. But again, I think that's been a hallmark of our game for the last 5 or 6 years. We just haven't necessarily had the polish that's been able to put oppo teams under the pump. So again, I think we're trending in the right direction in that space. Our offence this year has been a bit clunky at times, but when we have got that right, we've certainly looked as potent as we've ever been. So it's a matter of just trying to get all those phases of the game in a good space, because come finals time against some quality opposition in weeks to come, you're going to have to win differently. It's not going to be having the game on your terms for 120 minutes. It's going to be you can get challenged around the contest or at stoppage, or it might be defensively you're under the pump for a period of time, so you have to find ways offensively to challenge them. So our ability to adapt and play, I guess, and win differently is going to be put under the pump over the next few weeks. So it's going to be good for us to find out where we're at.
Hey, Nathan, thanks for your time, mate, and good luck for the rest of the 2026 season.
Thank you very much, guys. Good to chat.
Midfield coach for the Adelaide Crows, Nathan Van Berlo, our guest.
It's 13 minutes to 6. We're going to speak to Adelaide United's Penna Kikianis after we check traffic.
Evening there. Still got horrendous delays through Waterloo Corner at the moment. It's due to a car rollover on the north-south motorway into the interchange. Delays are back a couple of k's. It's just awful. Jump on Port Wakefield Road or the Salisbury Highway to avoid that. Crash get included Salisbury East Main North Road near Jeffreys Road, and still really slow with that police incident at Elizabeth the Savo, Main North Road near Fairfield Road. Super busy Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North with a camera at Dawes Road, Melrose Park. Mannix are the split system air conditioning experts with all the big brands at the best prices at 5 locations across SA. Pick up or get it installed. Nobody beats Mannix. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. He's been the grunt in the Crows midfield engine for years.
Strong mark there by Crouch.
And now, Matt Crouch brings his footy smarts to the 5AA Sports Show each week with Rowey and Timmy G. When you use ACET Transport Solutions, you're choosing to support local sporting clubs. Don't just send it, ACET.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Toop and Toop has been named Australia's #1 large residential agency of the year at the Real Estate Institute of Australia National Awards. It's a proud moment and a reflection of more than 40 years helping South Australians buy and sell property with trusted advice, strategic expertise and exceptional results. As a family-owned agency, we're incredibly grateful to our clients and community for placing their trust in Toop and Toop since 1985. To learn more, visit toop.com.au.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating credit card from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $11.95 applies. Subject to change. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. Equal monthly payments, T's and C's, charges and product exclusions. Don't miss this huge offer at Harvey Norman now.
The grout guy will take the old grout out and put the new grout in. We'll fix your leaking shower, make it brand new and sparkling. The grout guy, he's your man. The grout guy, the grout guy, the grout guy.com.au.
Do you need legal help right now? At Anderson Solicitors, we put people first. Expert legal advice when and where it's needed. Trusted by South Australians for over 50 years with 6 locations. Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
KFC's new lunchtime box full range packs maximum chicken abundance into $5, $10 and $15 boxes. Good for you, bad for box. Defy the limits of the box with the KFC box full. Only till 2 p.m. Pick up only, not everywhere and not forever. No swaps.
Steinborner Automotive has always been worth the trip. And now there's a brand new reason with the launch of the all-new GAC Motors range. Offering the latest in technology and design, now available at Steinborner Gawler. Including the all-new SUV M-Zoom Luxury Turbo Petrol with 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty and 5-year roadside assist from only $25,990 drive away. View the full range at steinbornergac.com.au. Steinborner GAC. Well worth the trip.
It's not one big moment. It's the little things. Missed meals, a messy home, forgotten appointments. And you start wondering, does mum or dad need support? Of course, they still want to stay at home. That's where LifeCare can help. LifeCare's guidance service helps to answer your questions and navigate you through the process, step by step. From how quickly support can start to who'll be there each visit, so you're not figuring it out alone. Start with a conversation today. Visit lifecare.org.au.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes to 6. It was great to speak to Nathan Van Berlo before. Whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, build with Sterling Homes, but our eyes are turned to tomorrow.
Absolutely a big game. It's the Australia Cup and Adelaide United are in it. They're going to be playing South Melbourne over there in South Melbourne, and one of the star defenders for our A-League team, the Adelaide United, is Pana Kikianis. Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
First of all, mate, I would imagine that playing games is a lot better than just doing pre-season.
Yeah, definitely. You're right there. We have the longest pre-season in the world, so sometimes you can get very frustrating, but to play competitive games so early is really good, and all the boys are excited.
Yeah, now talking about all the boys, young Luka Jovanovic, he got picked up to a MLS side in the US. That was exciting for him.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and he deserves that after not only last season, but all the hard work he puts in. And yeah, he's currently living life in California, so hopefully he can start to play games. But yeah, we wish him all the best, and we will miss him definitely.
And there was a rumour end of last season that your good self might be going somewhere. Did that fall over, or was that just rumour and innuendo?
Just rumours. I'm an LA United player. I'm still contracted, so yeah, we're just looking forward to get out there tomorrow night and hopefully get through to the next round.
Do you know much about the opposition?
Yes, we've done some homework on them. I think everyone around Australia knows them because they're such a historic club and such a good good club. So yeah, it's not going to be easy at all. So all the boys know that, and they're ready for a very difficult challenge.
Hey, you spoke about pre-season, Panna. How's the preparation been going in tomorrow's game?
Yeah, it's been pretty full on, to be honest. Although we do have a competitive game, we still are in pre-season, so we still got to keep our training loads quite high and a lot of gym sessions. Maybe we may not usually do as many in the lead up to a game, but that's no excuse. Whether training's high or low, the boys are always excited to play a proper game. So, yeah, everyone's keen.
And I suppose you've always got plenty of depth, and there's a lot of youth, and one of those philosophies that the Reds always do is play the kids. Will we see someone unearthed tomorrow night?
Hopefully. The bench is quite young. You know, we have Terry Phillips, Joey Garuccio, Harry Crawford, Milani Tatu. So hopefully, yeah, the whole country can see some of these upcoming stars.
And Panna, just preparation for the upcoming season and the like. I would imagine at the end of last season would have stung a bit, you know, going down to Auckland as we did, and they, of course, went on to be the champions. But I would imagine there's a little bit of fire in the belly post that. Yeah,
of course. Everyone wrote us off at the start of last year, and we knew how far we could go, and we were very disappointed after that second leg at home to lose. On the day they were a better side than us, but yeah, there's a lot of fire in the belly to make things right this season.
The good thing is, I said at the beginning, it's better to play games than just do running and gym work and all the rest of it. Well, you're also involved in the AFC Champions League, which is great, but our first game against the Vietnamese club is Stefan Mork's club. There's going to be a bit of lip going on there, surely.
I think all the boys are excited. I talk to Steph quite regularly, and I'm pretty sure he's excited to come home. So it'll be an interesting one. But it's massive for the club to be back in Asia, and this is a big game to see which Champions League we rank in. And yeah, we're going to be going out full force, but our full focus is on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be a very difficult challenge.
Yeah, I reckon my memory serves me right. That was Ange Postecoglou's club, South Melbourne, wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, South Melbourne Hellas back in the day. Yeah, there you go, Campo. A little bit of history for you.
I want Timmy Panna to pronounce the Vietnamese club on air if he can at some stage as well.
I want to hear it as well.
Yeah, come on, Timmy. So you get ready. I'll ask the next question and you get yourself ready. What's the goals? I mean, you're playing. There's a lot of games, a lot of soccer to be played. Timmy's giving me a fist here because I put him on notice. But what's ultimately the end goal is to play in the finals. But how do you, I guess, compartmentalise each different format that you play throughout the year?
Yeah, it's going to be new for us. There's an extra competition added, but we take, it sounds pretty cliche, but it's game by game. Our first game starts tomorrow in the Australian Cup, and we want to go as far as that as possible. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, but yeah, our full focus is on South Melbourne.
And do you feel like last year there was a lot of change, obviously new coach, new staff, new players coming in. Do you feel like you're ahead of the game this year knowing that you don't have all those sort of changes to the group?
Yeah, definitely. At the start of last pre-season, Ayrton went away for 2 weeks before our first cup game. So it was a bit difficult, but now we've had the same coaching staff. Our strength and conditioning team has been there from day one, and I feel like we are much ahead of where we were last year.
All right, Panna, here we go, mate.
Get ready.
It's Adelaide United versus Kong An Hanoi FC.
See, you were stressing for no reason.
Hey! Outstanding. Well done, Tim.
Beauty, must have
That's a great get.
Gee whiz.
Did you use ChatGPT?
No, I'm just wiping the brow. I was in Hanoi earlier this year, but I was a little bit confident on that, but not the Kong An. So I got the FC worried me. Panna, we spoke to Bart Friends a couple of weeks ago. What a great bloke he is, firstly, but so good to have him in that back half with you.
Yeah, Bart's the best. He not only on the pitch, he's the leader. Off the pitch, he's such a good guy to talk to. Very easy. Just even if it's not about football, he's always there for you, and you do look up to him because he's had such a good career. And yeah, it's just so easy to learn things off of, and we're very lucky to have him here.
How's Anton this pre-season? So he's had his first full season as the A-League senior manager. Now, how's he approached this pre-season? Is there any slight differences, or is Anton very consistent?
He's very consistent. Since the first day I met him, his message has always been the same. To work as hard as you possibly can in every single aspect, whether it's, at home, eating the right things or doing your gym, training, everything's 100%. And, yeah, he's probably took it up an extra level this season. He's probably more comfortable in the environment, which is good for us because it only pushes us even further and gets us even more prepared for what's to come this season.
Panna, we just saw the end of the FIFA World Cup, Spain, the world champs, and they did it in style. Did you enjoy the whole World Cup? Because I've got to say, it inspired me. I'm already planning for 2030, which would be Portugal, Morocco and Spain, I think. So I'm really looking forward to getting myself over there. But I would imagine it's inspired a lot of players like your good self to sort of keep playing, great football so that you can one day be there yourself. Because watching guys like, Nestori and the like get out there and have a crack at the world stage, it must be, I think, a great goal that you'd have in the back of your mind.
Yeah, for sure. The World Cup was unreal this year, I thought. The times were not bad. You'd wake up and then go straight to training after the game. But, yeah, of course, it's a dream, especially when you have current friends who are playing in that team and you're speaking to each other about what's going on over there. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, the goal is just to play all the young boys in Australia, just to play as much and as good a football as you can, and hopefully one day, the chance comes.
Well, mate, let's get a A-League premiership in between, mate? Let's go and do that this year. All the best in the Cup, mate.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Panna Kikianis, our guest from Adelaide United, playing in that Australia Cup game against South Melbourne.
Let's go the Reds. Time for the 6 o'clock news.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
A possible shower down to 5 tonight, a possible shower tomorrow 14. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The Premier has issued a statement thanking the female officer stabbed in the neck in the line of duty today for her bravery and has wished her a speedy recovery. Patrols responded to reports from the public about a man armed with a knife running onto Main North Road at Elizabeth East late morning. He was confronted and a female officer was stabbed in the neck. She's receiving treatment for non-life-threatening injuries. Assistant Commissioner David O'Donovan says it's a reminder of how dangerous policing can be.
We know that our work is inherently risky. We endeavour to provide all of our staff with the appropriate training, with the appropriate equipment, with the decision-making skills to deal with these very challenging and difficult circumstances when they appear.
The suspect was shot in the leg. He remains in hospital in police custody. The 27-year-old from Woodville Gardens is expected to face serious charges. SAPOL has ended the search for the missing 3-month-old boy at Port Macdonald. They say based on expert advice and available information, the infant could not have survived the period of time that has elapsed, either in the water or on land. Police are treating the death of the boy, his sister and mother a murder-suicide. Kangaroo Island is on heightened alert for bird flu. There's a suspected case in a greater crested tern from Seal Bay. Further testing is being undertaken. Tours at Seal Bay have been suspended indefinitely in a bid to protect the sea lion colony. But James Johnston from the Invasive Species Council says tourists are still welcome.
You can still visit Seal Bay and use the boardwalks. We're just keeping, the government is keeping the general public back from the beaches just to give the colony space.
The Federal Treasurer is warning recent developments in the Middle East have not yet been factored into inflation data. Australia's headline inflation rate for the year to June was 3.8%, below Reserve Bank expectations. But Jim Chalmers says recent escalations in the Gulf since then have added complexity to the outlook for the rest of the year.
In July, we've seen very substantial volatility, including when it comes to the oil price. It's been anything from around $70 up to more than $100, the global oil price per barrel. And earlier this morning, it was about $85 a barrel. That gives you a sense of the very substantial volatility that we still have.
Divorces are on the rise. Latest data shows divorces in Australia are equivalent to 42% of the marriage rate. Family law specialist Caroline Council says economic pressures are often the cause, but increasingly older couples are severing the bonds as they realise their lives have changed.
And they look at each other, and maybe in the hard light of dawn, when they do have options, their soon-to-be former partner doesn't look as attractive as they might have done once.
And Porsche is slashing 1 in 5 jobs amid plummeting global sales. One of the world's most iconic car makers is axing 9,000 positions. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the round 23 and 24 AFL fixtures were released today. The Crows play Fremantle at Optus Stadium before wrapping up the minor round at home against GWS. Port will host Melbourne in round 23, then will head to Melbourne to face Essendon at Marvel. This weekend, the Power go head-to-head with the Giants at Adelaide Oval. It's a milestone match for Willem Drew.
Obviously 150 games is super special, and no doubt I've got a lot of family and friends who are super proud, and been a bit of a journey to get here, so something that I'm extremely proud of, and just can't wait to get out there.
There will be a soccer friendly in Sydney tonight. Tottenham Hotspur is taking on Sydney FC at Allianz Stadium, and we're heading into day 6 of the Commonwealth Games. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Waterloo Corner, a car rollover causing horrendous delays on the north-south motorway near the interchange. Best bet for the drive tonight, if you're going that way, use Port Wakefield Road or the Salisbury Highway instead. Still got big delays in that earlier police incident at Elizabeth Main North Road near Fairfield Road, and quite busy too, South Road, Edwardstown. Camera, Doothie Street, Malvern. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower down to 5 tonight, a possible shower tomorrow 14. Friday, cloudy and 15. Saturday, mostly sunny, also 15. Right now, it's 11 degrees. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack of a Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news. Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
City Discount Tires. 2 legendary tyres, 1 incredible deal. This month at City Discount Tyres, buy any 3 selected Yokohama Blue Earth car tyres or any 3 selected Yokohama Geolander 4-wheel drive tyres and get the 4th tyre completely free. Whether you're commuting or heading off the beaten track, visit citydiscounttyres.com.au for expert advice and unbeatable value. City Discount Tyres, we're driven by value.
City Discount Tires. These days, $2 doesn't go far, but with the People First Community Lottery, it could. Get your $2 early bird tickets at communitylottery.com.au by midnight July 30 for a chance to win a Toyota Corolla Hybrid. T's and C's apply. 700,000 tickets available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. From a cracked windscreen to getting your business back after the worst, our team is always here. It doesn't have to wait till morning. We provide 24/7 claims support.
Allianz. Most kitchen taps look the same today. Average quality, designed and assembled overseas with a limited lifespan. We noticed Adelaide homeowners wanted something better, built to last. Introducing the new Better Tap by PuraTap, a new mixer tap designed and crafted right here in Adelaide with German ceramic disc technology built to last, lead-free design, all at a great price. So when you want a tap that goes the distance, think PuraTap, the new Better Tap. Brought to you by PuraTap. 133 502. puratap.com.au.
At Holistic Care SA, we're focused on capacity building, not just care. We help people with disability gain the support, skills and confidence for independent living. Whether it's creating a resume, catching a bus to the footy, or learning to cook independently in your home or in one of ours, Holistic Care SA makes those milestones happen. For a friendly chat about supported independent living, visit holisticcaresa.com.au, because everyone deserves the chance to become who they're meant to be.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes after 6 on this Wednesday. Great to have you with us. You can call in 8223 0000. $50 Colac restaurant voucher to give away out at Port Adelaide. Amazing spot, and we're worth getting in the running to win that tonight. And back for another year, we are again throwing our support behind the Catherine House and Hutt Street Centre for our Undie Drive, which starts next Monday on 5AA Breakfast. Can't wait to get back into this. And we're calling on your support for these amazing causes to provide clean underwear for those in need this winter. You can donate now. The website 5AAUndiedrive.com.au, and stay listening to get involved via 5AA. It's all thanks to McGain. Massive supporters are local for over 50 years. McGain Real Estate, McGain Commercial, McGain Property Management, McGain.com.au.
Got a plug for the Rosewater Football Club, and I'm happy to do this for any footy club that's out there in the amateur world or country league and the like. If you've got something happening, let us know.
Shout out.
Always happy to do a shout out. But this one from Tyson Jackwey, who himself was a great player for the Rosewater Footy Club. His father won 5 association medals. How's that? I think it's unprecedented.
That's pretty good.
That's
wow.
Pretty good indeed.
He's the goat.
Steve Jackwey? Is that?
No, it was Kev Jackwey. Yeah, he was a bit of a legend. So, but they're having a big day on Saturday. They take on Elizabeth, which is Johnny Platten's old club, and they're doing that at the Rosewater Footy Club. But like a lot of clubs, it's and I'll just read out the little spiel here. The club is facing a difficult period, and we're calling on everyone who's been a part of Rosewater to come back and support us this Saturday. It's our Indigenous round match against Elizabeth. So bring a mate, bring your family, past players, come down, have a drink, grab something to eat. It'll be a great day, but you just got to support the club. Been going 140 years and have never merged, never changed. Still, the Rosewater Football Club. Get behind the Dogs this Saturday.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome course.
Good plug.
Get involved. Something to do on the weekend. Let's get back to your calls.
Yeah, let's head out to Brad at Birdwood. The coward rule, you think?
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, g'day, boys. I'm not a big one, for the rules. Like at the moment, there's too many rules and too many being brought in and stuff like that. But what's happened to Georgiades is uncalled for. And Georgiades isn't the only person who's copped it. I remember, I can't remember Andrew. Was it Mac Andrew? Did something to Dawson and just shoved his back, like after the goal, straight into the back, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Now this, I happen to a few. It just irritates me. And there was another one. That's right. I think it might have been Harley who grabbed Rosselli and just picked him up and slammed him back in the ground. On the boundary kind of thing. And all these acts are cowardly acts. Now we don't want to overemphasise that he picked up his head and smashed it into the ground. He didn't do that. What he did was he picked him up from the back and smashed him on the ground. That is a cowardly act. Now, this rule just won't be for AFL. This will go down to other clubs, and anyone who does it will be known as a coward, someone who comes up from behind and smashes them in the back, whether it's in the fence or anything. That's un-Australian. It's not what we do. It's not what I did. I can't remember it happening 30 years ago that some player like Malcolm Blight would go up and just smash someone in the back in the fence.
I don't mind your theory, Brett. It's sort of like almost shaming to do an act like that. And then it's sort of on your record forever. What did he get 2 games for? What did he get 5 games for? It was a coward act. Ooh, Brett, not a bad one. It's a terrible tag to carry.
Labelling people.
Yeah.
But it's part
coward.
of the non-football act versus football act. If you've got charges for non-football acts, people start to look at that very much the same, wouldn't they?
Well done. Good call, Brett.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good
$50
thoughts.
powers voucher.
Yeah, we can do that if you like. $50 powers voucher. Congratulations. All yours. Let's quickly listen. The other day, State of Origin was announced to be returning. Peter Malinowskis, our Premier, had something to say on that at Adelaide Oval.
This will be the first time we've seen State of Origin football in the modern State of Origin context in Adelaide Oval ever. It'll be the first time that we've seen South Australia pull on the Guernsey again since 1999, taking on Victoria here in Adelaide Oval in February 2028. And it will be bigger than Ben-Hur.
It will be exciting, but we were discussing with Jimmy Bartell what part of the year should it be held.
Now, I know you were saying when you played the last couple, Campo, you played it in sort of May, and we know now it's been missing since 99. And I think part of the deal to get it back was, would you rather play pre-season games or would you rather do this? So I think that's how they got player buy-in. Now, whether that's right or wrong, but if you start to build this back up to the point where there's a buy-in and they really want to play, maybe we can get it back into that period.
Do you reckon it's that, Timmy, or do you reckon that the players these days are envious of what the NRL do every year?
There's a little bit of that.
So they play it in season. So you don't hear them complaining about playing 3 games during the year and then go and playing club footy. Some of them play Wednesday and then play Friday.
I would say the State of Origin in NRL is a bigger tick in your box than it is playing for the Kangaroos.
Absolutely.
For Australia. Oh, I reckon it is.
Well, yeah, you get bragging rights, don't you, compared to the other state. And they've grown up with it as well. But I still think representing your country is obviously a great honour and a great thing to do. But, I guess, and I've been in the coaching. I would never begrudge if they did it in May, for example, let's use that as example, you play 8 or 9 rounds, the players get rewarded for their performance. So there's greater buy-in because they've actually been picked based on their performance. I would argue they're in better condition because now, don't forget, from an AFL perspective, we're now bringing in that you can't do contact training.
Correct.
So you're not getting that up until February, or you're getting limited amount of that. So you're susceptible to injuries because they're not playing in those. And I think you get better buy-in from that. I sit there and you think, well, if Craig McRae, for example, is coaching and he picks a team on form, and Tugger's used a great example, would Wayne Miller would have played in February this year in the state team compared to now. And I think it's at a great point because he wouldn't have, because they would have gone, last year he's a good player, Wayne.
They're judging on your 25 season.
Right. So up until round 9 or round 10 this year, they're going, wow, this guy's in All-Australian form. He deserves to play. And I always thought you come back as a better player into your club knowing that you've played with the best and you played against the best players, and you learn a lot as a player when you come back in and you go, and I think you're more confident in your own ability because you've played at that level.
I remember Dale Waitman, who was a very good rover, but Richmond fell in a big hole. He said his whole season was based around making the Victorian team because that was the highest level he was going to be able to play that season because Richmond were in the doldrums, and he loved it because he got to play with the best of the best and against the best, and it was exciting. But the story goes in the late 90s that they reckon there wasn't enough club buy-in, and certainly some of the players, they reckon that didn't have enough buy-in. Now, it was interesting hearing you say, well, I wanted to play for my sake.
Well, I played with Steve Kernahan, Andrew McKay, Craig Bradley, absolute stalwarts of South Australian footy, and that was a highlight for me because I used to go and sit on the silver seats at Amy Stadium and watch those guys play. So for me, it was the opposite. And not once did David Parkin go, oh, gee, I'm not sure, geez, you played every game this year. You're a little bit, we need to look up. No, quite the opposite.
But it must have been happening somewhere because they really poo-pooed it in the end.
Well, you go and have a look at those two teams.
It died.
Like that played, SA versus Victoria in that last game. I'm not sure there was too many that didn't put their hand up to play.
Good names.
Very good names.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good names.
And I can remember it.
It was pouring. It was shocking conditions.
Yeah, that last one was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it rained.
Poured. And the funny thing,
that's why February's better.
The funny, that's right. Well, the MCG, it was muddy as all hell. Yeah. The funny thing was when that started, when teams started doing on-ground warm-ups.
Oh,
so previously, we had to have 2 warm-ups because we're creature of habit, right?
Yeah,
so some wanted to do the inside, some wanted to do the outside, and the ones that went outside, they came back in. They were absolutely drenched before they even got out.
Well, speaking of warm-ups, before we go to the break, tomorrow night it's going to look very different at the MCG when Collingwood play Geelong. They're going to do NRL style, no warm-ups.
Just bang straight out.
No 10 minutes. They're going 90 seconds before the bounce. They're running through the banner, straight out on the ground into positions, bounce the ball. The toss will be done behind the scenes. That is totally different. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow night at the MCG, Thursday night footy. 18 after 6. It's 50 days until the WNBL begins their new season, and we're going to speak to the GM of the Lightning, Tess Madgen, next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
There's a moment every family hopes for. When you walk in and they're just happy, settled, themselves, and you realise the decision you agonised over was the right one all along. Para Ability Community Care is one of the state's largest and most trusted disability accommodation providers. We're improving lives in small ways every day. Our PAC fully trained carers give your loved one the life they deserve and give you back the relationship you always wanted. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpac.com.au.
Pop here. Hey, look, I just want to let you know that I'm writing my will. I know. I'm not carking it anytime soon, but thought you'd be happy to hear I'm leaving you the boat, mate.
Be like Pop. Write your legal will for free, online and done in minutes at everywill.com.au.
Every will, write your will for free.
KFC's new lunchtime box full range packs maximum chicken abundance into 5, 10, and $15 boxes. Good for you, bad for box. Defy the limits of the box with the KFC box full. Only till 2 p.m. Pick up only, not everywhere and not forever. No swaps.
Sick of the wait after a car accident? Rain, hail or shine, Pro Paint and Panel has your back 24/7.
From towing and insurance paperwork to high standard repairs, they'll help get the process moving and your car back on the road.
Remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
When you book a hearing test with Can Do Hearing, you'll be seen by an accredited audiologist. Can Do Hearing is South Australian, and we're not owned by a hearing aid manufacturer. This means we only recommend what's going to work for you, and your options are almost endless. Plus the extra bonus, our profits go to Can Do for Kids, supporting local kids living with hearing and vision loss. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing today. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
It's time to complete your census. We need to hear from everyone to help plan for Australia's future. If you know where you'll be on census night, Tuesday the 11th of August, you can complete the form for your household as soon as you get your instructions. Complete the census for your household online, by paper, or with help from census staff. Whoever you are, we need to hear from you. Every answer matters. For more on how to complete, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The Stocktake sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian BlueScope steel. Take advantage of our Stocktake sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 22 minutes after 6.
Our Adelaide Lightning and got a revamp last season, and the new strip and everything looks fantastic. Well, they're going to strengthen their side a little bit. We're going to find out how and why. General Manager Tess Madgen. G'day, Tess.
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me on.
All right, tell us about the big new recruit.
Yeah, so today we announced that we have signed Maddie Westfeld for the upcoming season. She is a WNBA player currently with the Chicago Sky, but what's really cool about Maddie is that her sister, Catherine Westfeld, also played for the Lightning in 2019, back when they were in the Grand Final series. So we're definitely hoping that she brings the same luck as her sister did, and we're in the Grand Final series this season.
Well, it's a nice little family connection there, and for Maddie, and she want to hold that up. So tell her to go one better, won't you?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we love a little bit of sister rivalry, so I'm sure she'll want to get one up on her sister for sure.
Absolutely. So how are the other elements shaping up in the pre-season?
Yeah, really well. We've also just in the last week heard that Steph Talbot and Zatina Akuso, two of our main players, have been selected for the Australian Opals World Cup team. So they'll be representing Australia at the World Cup at the start of September. So obviously two absolute superstars in Australian basketball, along with Maddie, and we've got another WNBA guard, Shay Chechki, who actually had a really impressive college career. This will be her first season in a professional club. So we're super excited to have those four players, but then we've really bolstered the team with South Australian talent. So we have Taylor Brazel, who will be looking to have a bigger role this year. We've got Alyssa Brett, who's also a South Australian talent. We've got Coco Hodges, who's playing in the grand final for NBL 1 Central next week. So we've got a couple of really, really strong returning players, but then we've looked to bolster the rest of the roster with either South Australian talent returning and then obviously those two overseas imports.
And Tess, you've got a vision for the club, back to their roots. What does that look like in practical terms?
Yeah, so ideally we'd love to have a roster of, 10 South Australians playing for the club. I know when I grew up barracking for the Adelaide Lightning, it was really bolstered by South Australian talent. So that's going to take a number of years to do, but that's definitely where we want the team to head. But, first and foremost, the number one thing is winning championships. So it's been a number of years since we have won one. And I think, with what the team was able to do last year, especially off the court, and really re-establish what it means to be an Adelaide Lightning player and to be a member and a fan, I think the club did enormously well in the rebrand and making the game a really exciting fan spectacle. And we really hope to build on that from last year and have a really successful season on the court this year. If we don't make finals, that would definitely be a disappointment for the club.
Yeah, and I saw you somewhere, community engagement has always been close to your heart. How do you plan to reconnect the Lightning to the South Australians out there again?
Yeah, so we want to work a lot more closely with Basketball South Australia, and we have been doing that. And then we've got a couple of exciting initiatives coming up, which will give you the hot scoop and when we're ready to launch those. But, we really, to have a roster filled mainly with South Australians, we're looking at six South Australians and 6 people from interstate or overseas this year. We really need to do a better job of connecting the pathways. So we'll be looking at working with NBL 1 clubs, coaches, players, and then obviously juniors to really try and give those young South Australian girls an opportunity to play for the Adelaide Lightning one day.
I see the season begins on the 18th of October and then straight home for a home and away one on the 20th. So that's the one, I suppose it's still at the SA State Basketball Centre. That's right, at Wavell?
Yeah, absolutely. And our membership's actually go on sale next week on the 4th of August, so please have a look out for that. We do have a small venue and we hope to pack it out every week like we did last season. So when recruiting players this year, it was actually really easy to get them excited about the Adelaide Lightning because of how fantastic the fans were last year, and they created a really hostile environment, which we love. I think South Australian pride to ensure that visiting teams come into the venue and feel, quite intimidated, and we see that across all of our sporting codes. So we're definitely looking to replicate that with the Adelaide Lightning.
So you put together a good show reels, what you're telling me. Yeah, pump it up.
Absolutely. We're going to have a great team on the court, but we like to bolster the fan experience as much as we can as well.
It looked sensational last year. Have to get down there this season and make sure, when those big scoops too, don't forget us. Make sure we're right on top of that one, Tess. Really appreciate your time, mate, and good luck with curating what's going to be a fantastic season.
Thanks so much, guys. I'll definitely let you know when we're ready to announce those initiatives.
Good stuff. Excellent stuff. General Manager for the Adelaide Lightning, Tess Madgen, our guest. And I've got to say, they did reinvigorate that, didn't they? And they got some good crowds. Like I said, the boutique venue. And it's the old story. Build it from there, can grow out and grow out. And it's similar to what Netball did with the T-Birds. Look at them now. They packed the Ant Centre out. So Lightning taking a similar path.
Excellent work. 27 after 6. Next, we're going to speak to Port Adelaide's 150 gamer, Willem Drew.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show. Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
There's been some global breaking